It should be live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us. We're setting up. Welcome to We Kill Monsters. Apparently, the title is under review by the players, but because of their lack of killing monsters. But we are a weekly D&D show where some friends try to play through the latest adventure from Wizard of the Coast, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Let's go around and introduce ourselves for anyone that is watching for the first time. Ben, if you want to introduce yourself and your character.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Ben, and I play Rover, the Goliath Druid. I like the nice, silent, cold winds and the sound of...
I love the restraint you had in saving that until your intro. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, very good. Min?
Hey everyone, my name is Min. I play a half-elf sorcerer. I go by the name of Akeem of Zamunda, and I just kind of try to figure out what's happening.
Bill?
I'm Bill. I play Durbik, who is a dwarven barbarian, and native of the icy wastes.
Cool. And Mary?
Oh, my character is I'm Mary, and my character is Zaxa Bay, and she's a tiefling warlock. Well, it passed.
And my brother Romeo.
Hi, I'm Romeo, and I play Caliban, tiefling of Stereo Paladin.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Romeo,
I'm here.
and I play Caliban, tiefling paladin,
Excellent.
native to Waterdeep.
Cool. So last we left our adventurers, they had returned from rescuing Garrett the guide from up on Kelvin's Cairn, and they'd come back after confronting the Yeti in an unusual way, thanks to Bill, who has ducked out of the stream for a second, but he's back now. Excellent. And on the way back, they'd stopped in the inn at Cairn and talked to the local town speaker, the drunken dragonborn, silver dragonborn Trovus, and discovered that things had been going missing from the local shopkeepers and tavern owners, and something unusual. Footprints were found, but no one was ever seen. In such a small town, it's quite unusual. And the players were discussing whether or not to help or to do some of the other errands that they've been accumulating. I think they've got about 6 or 7 open quests at the moment. So, so morning comes to and you wake up in the beds that was prepared to you by the Sherrard sisters, Ellie and Corey. And the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Slay something.
So Rover, I know those footprints seem to just stop at the edge of town. Any idea how we might be able to figure out where they went?
I mean, we have ways of... I know Caliban has a way of keeping track of someone if we find them, so that we know where they are. But I think we best just, go look for new tracks, see if we find anything else.
Are you guys down for breakfast? Are you in your rooms?
Damn, with pint in hand.
So Ellie comes up to you and says, I hope you slept well. By the way, I've decided because the last name is Sherrard that I'm going to butcher a French accent. I hope you slept well. Would you like some bacon and eggs? Very well.
And yes, from me.
And more beer.
And she disappears behind the kitchen. Shortly after comes out, starts laying down plates and things for you, and says, if you're interested about Trovus's footprints, there is some fresh ones in the snow this morning. Nothing's been taken, but definitely similar patterns in the snow.
Better check those out before breakfast in case it decides to start snowing.
Yeah.
I will head in that direction.
Okay.
So
Breakfast.
Rover will follow, but with his plate of food. Like he'll do like the waiter's thing of having like his plate and his mug, everything all in like one hand, and he's just like.
I will ask for my breakfast to be put between 2 slices of bread for me on my return.
I just look around very frantically, seeing everybody else leave, and try to put as much stuff in my mouth as
and
possible.
scrambling to eat.
Yeah, I get up to realize that there's like one piece of bacon left, which I grab as I run out the door.
Cool. So as you get out, you see that in the pristine snow from the night's snowfall, there is a single set of footprints that seems to be sort of circling all the paths in and out of town, sort of going off into different areas. There's definitely a fresh set of footprints.
Same small feet, close gait.
Yep.
Bye-bye. I'd wager it's the same person.
Likewise. I'd like to follow the prince.
Yeah? Okay, well...
Let's do it.
They head off towards Kelvin's Cairn, the same direction that you guys came from. So you can follow, but like within a couple of minutes you realize that they're going off into the tundra.
What do the tracks look like?
They look like, humanoid feet, small on the smaller side.
Are they heavy? Like, are they sunken in?
No, not more than, the weight of a person would suggest.
I turn to the dwarf next to me and I say, "Can you put your foot down next to it, just for comparison's sake?"
Sure.
It's maybe slightly smaller. And he dropped out. No, Min dropped out.
But I am big for a dwarf.
Mary, you got your hand up? Are you? You're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry, has Garrett come with us, or is?
No, he was still in bed. Like he's probably come down for breakfast now that you guys have gone out. But you guys just rushed out from breakfast. He's
So
probably.
I think I've remembered that he's here, and that we kind of have to discuss what his next. This like whether he's going to go straight home, or whether he wouldn't mind either tagging along with us.
Okay.
Either way, just to preemptively sort of stop him from just leaving. So I imagine that he's pretty sick and probably wants to just go home to his husband. And if we might need to decide whether we try to get him to come along with us, or.
But what would we need him for?
He might go straight home. I don't know if we really need him. But I think that he's probably going to take off and go if we don't, maybe.
So do you wanna head back in and see what he's up to?
Yeah, I wanted to run back in.
Okay.
And quickly just tell Garrett that we're on a mission outside, or that we're going outside. That we'll see him later.
Okay.
Maybe.
As you come back in, you see that Ellie is serving some coffee to both Garrett and Perilu, who are sitting and having breakfast together. He looks at you and he greets you and sort of waves at you.
Okay. I just sort of say, hi, the others are outside checking out the footprints. Are you good having breakfast here just while we check that out, or? Oh.
Yeah. Me and Perilu were just sort of trying to decide what to do. We're thinking of probably getting a lift or some help from Atenas Swift. He's got a adventurer's outfitter shop here. This is where I picked up some of the expedition goodies to go up the mountain. He's got some spare sled dogs. He might be able to give me a lift back.
What was his name? Sorry, what was the name?
Atenas Swift. He's a very good scout. Not quite as good as myself, obviously, but
And he works where? Where does he work? Where does he? What is his role?
Oh, he owns a local shop to sell things like mountaineering gear, sleds, and that kind of thing. And he offers his services as a tracker and a guide, much as myself, as I do.
Okay. I would. Okay,
Ali chimes in. I would suggest potentially hiring one of his sleds if you're going to try to follow the footprints.
Yeah, that's good. So, will you be heading off soon, Garrett?
Well, you guys last night asked me, if you could escort me, and you still want to do that. I feel quite recuperated. I feel relatively comfortable making my way back to Brinchander, but probably not on foot. I was looking to either get a sled from Atenas or get him to give me a lift or something of the sort, just to get there quickly without incidents,
So
but if you want to,
your own sled, Garrett, the one that's at the base of the mountain.
Well, to get that back, I'd have to get a team of dogs out there to pick it up. And I don't have any all my dogs left except Sparky here. So I don't have enough dogs to drag it back.
But you said that your friend Artemis has dogs, does he?
Yes, he has sled dogs that he could both hire or sell. So potentially he could hire some dogs there. We could go pick up the sled if that's something you're willing to do.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea. It sounds like a great idea. I best confer with the others quickly because we're quite busy and we have a few things we need to be doing. So just give me 2 seconds to go and catch up with them. And I quickly take off outside. I've lost one of my dice, so I'm trying to get it from underneath there. I'm trying to reach it, and my fingers just can't
I was
reach.
trying to figure out, like,
No, work out.
move it so close to the camera.
I've got one. It's one of my D20s as well. I need this one.
Use a pen.
Nah, the pen's not going to do it.
Right.
Okay, so I rush outside and I quickly go, okay, guys, I don't know if you've discovered anything, but I just spoke to Garrett and he thinks that he and Perilu are just going to maybe head back to Targos by catching a lift with someone who would take them. Should we ask him to come along with us? Should we? He seems to feel recovered enough to go up to make the journey on his own, but should we bring him along with us just to make sure?
My only worry is that he can be a liability if we encounter any big trouble.
Any monsters to kill.
Also,
We just took him out of
we are not
danger.
going straight to Targos. We are going to East Haven. We need to check out 2 castles in East Haven. So we aren't going to all the way to Targos straight away anyway. So if he feels
All the
comfortable
way there, right?
and can
Because
has friends with dogs,
I'm looking at the map. If we're going on our way to East Haven and we sort of go down this way, we end up passing those castles. We can stop by East Haven and then you go east?
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
west.
I know the map. No, I know the map. I just was saying like we're going to stop and do things in those places, whereas he's probably quite keen to get home.
Granted, but should he do that? Do you guys want to do it? I thought you guys wanted to take him with us.
Did initially, but now I'm like, nah, let him go. He's a grown up.
Okay.
That's my thoughts anyway.
Did the husband say that were we expecting any kind of payment for returning him? I wasn't aware.
You were going to get some figurines that he carves out of that ivory bones that the trout has.
So there was nothing urgently that we could just
And you would also get free accommodation in Targos because he would put in a kind word to the local innkeeper.
I think he promised Caliban quite a masterpiece, though, as I recall.
That can wait. I'm sure he needs time to carve it out.
How badly do you want it, Caliban?
Looking at the track while that's all happening, great. I'd like to look at the tracks look like they go on quite a way. I'm assuming it's not too misty-eyed or too blizzardy at the moment, and we've got decent visibility for Icewind Dale. Does it look like it goes on for a while, or we
This, you can.
Okay.
As far as the eye can see, they're going. You can't quite make out the detail from far away, like to see if there's any changes to them, but you see them kind of going off.
So if we had the coin, it would be wise to hire a sled and dogs. Go back to the base camp and retrieve that other sled. But I don't know if we can afford the dog and sled hire.
Good point. I'm not sure we can either.
The Frozen Far expeditions, I don't know if you can see on your little map of Cairn, is quite close to the inn that you guys are at, which is the Northern Light. So it's only like a short walk to stop by.
Okay.
Shall we see?
Do you want to check out the prints first, or do you want to sort of...
I think the sled would also help us get out over the tundra to chase down the tracks.
Okay, great.
Sounds good to me.
We'll just toddle on over there.
I just don't know what we have in terms of resources to hire a dog sled.
Well, we have we all, because I've got one of the gems that we got in one of our initial quests, and I haven't traded that for money yet. Does anyone else have a gem still?
No, I
don't
traded
think
mine,
so.
but I have some of the resources from that. Counter proposal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to test something out. Where's Grandma?
I don't know where Nana is.
That is a great point.
But at
Is she
least
still
we
making
asked
her
her
way
on.
from
Maybe not alone, but maybe we can buy 6 dogs instead of 8 if she takes the reins.
You want?
How strong is the mummy? I would like to find out.
It's strong, but I mean, it's
slow.
not going to be fast. Like you know.
They don't strike me as quick.
All right. You guys want to stop on the way because the footprints go out of town past the Frozen Far expeditions. Do you want to go in and double check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
So you arrive at a rather large, sort of L-shaped, two-story buildings. You can see the top would be the accommodation and the bottom is the shop. And as you enter, you see a man kind of with his back turned to you, and he hears the door kind of open and turns around. And what you see before you is sort of a gentleman in his later years, maybe 60s or so, very strong and wiry though. You know, like if you've ever seen an old man that work with his hands, you know, that kind of muscly kind of, but paper thin skin. And he looks at you and says, "Well, hello, how can I help? Atenas Swift at your service."
Well.
Atenas. We were looking for a sled to help us on our journey. We've heard that you have some.
1 second. Yep. Yes. I do. I have a fresh set of dogs and a sled for hire. Would you be needing a guide for that? I can do you a good price. I'm getting a bit on in my years. I wouldn't want to make any big journey, but my second in charge here. Sorry, 1 second. I gotta find the name. I lost it. Jarthra. Jarthra is a really good guide. He'd be able to manage the dogs for you if you guys don't know how to handle them. And altogether, it would be about 10 gold pieces a day for that.
Oh, it's not bad. It's actually less than I thought.
I think. Let me double check.
My blood, because
How many people can one sled pull full of dogs?
Question.
1 second. Double checking. I'm getting the prices right. There's an ambiguous kind of thing here. Oh well. I've said 10 gold pieces. It's 10 gold pieces. So a dog sled, and they're quite large sleds, can probably sit 4 people quite easily, and the driver at the back. And with 6 dogs pulling it, you have 6 times 360 pounds worth of pull. So the dogs, the team of dogs can pull about 2,000 pounds worth of cargo, whether that's people or stuff.
Okay.
how much do y'all weigh?
I think I'm the heaviest because of the chainmail, but apart from that,
Atinas has got a pair of dogs, pair of dogs' legs, and 2 teams of dogs. So that would be enough to carry everyone.
We'll take both, and I slide 20 gold over.
Sorry. You said you can fit 4 people on the sled and 1 person on the back. There's 5 of us. We only need 1 sled.
Oh, plus the guide.
If you don't take Grandma and if you don't take the guide.
Ah, yeah. Sorry, I forgot Grandma.
I'd rather have Grandma with us.
Well,
I got this guy.
Yeah,
I got this,
kinda
guys.
She does like the fresh air, you know.
Yeah, Nana's got to come.
I am going to mark off 20 gold, and I'll
She's
pay
been
for
trapped
both
for
sleds.
1,000 years.
Yeah. And she'll offset the smell of all the dogs, I guess.
So Atinas looks at you. Oh, fantastic! Instead, he sort of looks over where the stairs lead upstairs and shouts up, "Jothra, come down!" And sort of almost skipping a couple of steps on his way down, comes down. Someone that if looking at his face, you can see a family resemblance there, but the hair is jet black and sort of much younger. He says, all right. Got some adventurers, do we? Where are we taking you today?
Rover?
I kind of just start walking outside. I'm like, we're following tracks of thief.
Oh, very interesting. Fantastic. And you guys make your way out as he starts sort of harnessing the dogs to the sled and kind of getting them all ready and prepared. Do any of you have experience with guiding a sled?
As he's doing that, as a ritual, I'm casting Speak with Animals, and I'm getting to know all the dogs' names. And for like, who's a good little boy, and I'm just, scratching them all and making them all. I'm being their best friend.
Okay.
DM question.
Yep.
Do I have any experience with a sled or any other land vehicle like a carriage or anything like that might apply to this?
You have experiences with horses and carriages. This is a bit different. I mean, you probably stand a better chance if anyone else doesn't have any experience with this kind of thing, but
I don't have anything written down.
it's not
so I
really
would
the
assume
same
not.
thing.
Yeah.
I would
I'll say...
because it'll require animal handling checks, I would assume Rover would be better suited.
Yeah, but there's 2 sleds. Someone else is going to drive the other one.
Yes, your guide.
Oh. Yeah, all right. Take it away. I'm just gonna hang on the back and let the wind flow through my hair.
I just appreciate how very quickly you went, yeah, that totally makes sense. Let's go with that.
Jothra sets everything up, loads up the sled, kind of asks you guys how you want to split up the crew. Who you want on one sled, who you want on the other?
Let's keep the heavy people as separate as possible, i.e. me and Dubrick.
All right. Where's Grandma going?
Let's have Grandma stick with me, and I'll go with Jothra.
Okay.
And Rover, Zuxa, and I will take another sled.
Cool. So you guys set off. Jothra makes a compliment to Grandma about her lovely aroma. And but she's a bit quiet, doesn't respond, so he kind of like shrugs his shoulder.
That's all he gets from Grandma.
It's many,
Oh, no, I'm not there.
many years of baking.
And you guys set off. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a team of dogs pulling a sled, but it's quite a sight to behold. They're very, very good at it, and they love doing it.
Was that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.? No dogs, I think. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Cuba.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Cuba.
So you set off and start making it through the countryside, following the tracks. As you are traveling, Rover, you see a point where the tracks seem to kind of stop, and there's something different about them and change, and like about 50 feet ahead.
Okay. As we kind of get a little bit, kind of like, I don't know which sled is in front or if we're next to each other, but I would kind of, as I noticed this, I'd be like, hold up, slow down.
Whoa! And Jothra pulls the other sled still. Everything all right?
The tracks change up here. I want to check it out before we go charging in.
Oh, very well, very well. Do you want any help?
The more the merrier.
Jothra steps off and follows you to the tracks.
Yeah, I don't know how far away we stopped, but like I just wander up and have a look at them.
Okay. Roll
I'll-
survival check with advantage, because Jathra is helping you.
That is a dirty 20.
What you notice is that the tracks change from being just the footprints of what you think is a dwarf to being the tracks of a sled, but also the footprints of an ogre. What was the number you rolled?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled a 14 and plus 6.
Cool.
Can I tell how fresh these are? Like,
You think they would have happened in the night sometime?
okay, so they could. So, it's. I don't think I should leave the dogs behind and proceed on foot at this point. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, you're in the middle of the tundra. Are you sure?
No, I'm saying like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying we shouldn't leave the dogs behind. Like we could be going for a while. That's what.
Okay.
That was the point of my question.
Sorry.
Does it look like
That's what I was trying to
the sled was waiting here for this person and they got on the sled and took off with the ogre in the sled? Or does it look like something
roll an
weirder than that?
Roll an investigation
Yeah.
check.
I would beckon everyone to come up.
DM
Over.
long shot, but can I eye around us and check we're not being watched?
Sure, roll a perception check.
Durbrick can't even
Okay,
find the
okay.
snow.
Perception 16.
Okay. You look around, and, you in the distance maybe you see a fox and a group of reindeer, but you don't see any humanoids looking your way.
Okay. Fair enough.
What was your investigation check, Bill? You shook your head,
Terrible. It was terrible. Yeah. Durbrick can hardly find the snow, much less the tracks.
but
It's a modified 4.
okay. All right, you guys set back off, follow the footprints.
With maybe not quite as much gusto.
You travel for about another hour following these, but after a few miles, the footprints kind of disappear. You can't quite tell. You're not sure where they disappear off to. But you sense that there was somewhere close by that they must have stopped from the way that the tracks were kind of slowing down. If everybody can roll a group survival check, so everyone roll a survival check.
Ooh.
21.
17.
19. I rolled really high.
16.
8.
Okay. Cool.
One of these days.
I mean, to be fair, man, that's one of the more appropriate low rolls, considering, unless I'm mistaken, you're a city boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with everybody else rolled quite well. So together and with Jathra's help, you guys managed to find the path most likely that this strange convoy led off to. And as you approach these foothills, just north of Kelvin's Cairn, the mountain that you guys had only yesterday kind of been up on, you arrive at sort of a natural kind of valley, like a little kind of cove in the sides of the foothills of what becomes the mountain. And before you see a blocky stronghold, bereft of warmth and charm, jutting out of the hillside in a rough crescent shape. Only part of the construction is visible. The rest is buried under the stone. A large double door of stone. Sorry?
Sorry, never mind. I'll ask again. Sorry.
A large double door of stone serves as the main entrance. The terrain leading to it is gently upward sloping and covered with fresh snow. A stream used to flow quite clearly out of a barred culvert northeast of the main entrance, but the waterway is completely frozen now. Two other barred openings can be seen along the stronghold's northern wall. Anyone positioned behind these openings would have an unobstructed view of the hillside. Closer to you, separated from the rest of the stronghold is a snow-covered stone bunker, perforated by arrow slits.
Does Jartha know anything about who might live here?
Jartha's like, whoa, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
That's comforting.
I'm fairly sure I've been, I mean, it would have been a few years ago, but I'm fairly sure I've been here before, and this didn't used to be here.
Rover, how do you feel about turning into a fluffy little white rabbit that's damn near impossible to see in scouting ahead?
Almost like you read my mind. Yeah, so I'll use up a wild shape and pull up the stats of a rabbit or some other kind of white one.
I think hares have a movement speed of 60 or something ridiculous.
By the way, guys, a culvert is like a stone archway which water comes out of, like under a castle or something like that. Okay. So it's like it's like a gap in which water flows out of.
But it's like barred up and the water's frozen, right?
Yeah. So you change into a rabbit.
Yeah, I change into rabbit and start, scout ahead.
Okay. Which, well, you wanna? Sure. Roll a stealth check for me.
Would he get advantage if he's a white rabbit?
No, unless the white rabbit has it on its thing.
Okay, fine.
What's wrong with the
excellent.
brother rabbits, huh?
That's going to be a 11 on the stealth.
Okay.
Brother rabbit's more likely to get randomly selected.
So, as I said, the kind of the valley shape kind of it's like a little U and kind of like a cul-de-sac, basically. Do you want to go up the middle, up the path? Do you want to skirt one of the edges? Like,
I kind of want to do a kind of a lap of the fort. Just don't want to go in yet. I just want to kind of go around it as a rabbit, every now and again, kind of burrowing into the snow or look like I'm eating something, just to see if I can hear anything. If like I'm just being a rabbit at this point.
1 second. Just double checking something. There we go. So you skirt the edges and you just see up close. Oh, I'm hearing someone.
Ignore me. That was me. Ignore me.
Sorry.
I accidentally had voiceover on. Ignore me.
You skirt the edges and you just see the same thing. You see these kind of slitted openings on one side that kind of would look through the valley to see if anyone was close there. Do you want to kind of come up and look through them, or are you just doing a lap?
I just want to can I see my way through any of the windows? Can I see any? Yeah, I'll kind of like hop up and have a little bit of a look.
Okay. On the first kind of overlook to the valley, as you go past it and kind of look through the gaps, you see standing guard a small humanoid creature with kind of almost pale blue, stony looking skin. They've got a sort of scale mail on, a little kind of helmet cap, and I believe they're holding like a large war hammer. And they're lazily standing guard and kind of sort of looking through the gaps, but not really.
So does it is it just a small humanoid? It's not like a dwarf or a halfling or a...
It looks like maybe a dwarf, but it looks different from dwarves you've seen.
Okay.
The skin, they seem to have a strange colored skin.
Okay. Strange to you,
Ben has ideas. Ben has ideas.
Like desaturated, like someone... like
Ben
someone
has idea.
Sure.
Rover wouldn't know though.
No.
So, again, I'm just going to kind of keep again, just finding out more of like the layout, work out, where I think if we were to enter this place, where the most advantageous place would be.
Okay. As you get close to the culvert, you see that it's the bars are sort of separated enough that you guys could probably squeeze through and kind of try to come in there. And other than that, there's no other openings other than the front door.
Cool. I'm gonna.
As a rabbit circling the little watchtower,
Yeah.
you're too small to kind of properly see above it.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm gonna go back and like try and emphatically go up to Duergar and be like,
Oh, so how does it work if I have speak with animals and he's in wild shape? Does that mean I can talk to him?
Sure. It should work. I don't see why not.
So have I ever heard of these blue-skinned dwarves before?
yeah, I would relay everything to him that I've seen.
The description of their sort of the way that this dwarf looked, it reminds you of, you're almost sure, but you'd have to see for yourself, of Duergar. Which you know very well.
Yeah.
What the
They assholes, Dubrick, or
Yeah, I mean, normal dwarves, I don't get on with them so much because they live in holes and all the time, but Duergar hardly ever come out. It's, the strangest thing about this is to see them above the surface. And yeah, they're bad news.
at the risk of saying something crazy, have we considered just the obvious approach, just knocking, seeing what's up?
For once I'm with Caliban, I'm like, yeah, let's just knock. Let's just go off and knock.
I have found what I think sneaky way in.
Yeah, let's
I
not
don't know if I'll
like
fit
this.
through the bars as Goliath, but I can definitely still fit through them as a rabbit. And all your skinny ones should still fit through.
I'm feeling reckless. I want to just go off and knock.
Brave mother.
I mean, if we're able to feign ignorance, the worst case they do is just tell us to leave and we leave. Unless someone has a better idea, I'm all ears.
No, he's all ears.
Hey.
Like, you literally see him just literally go like this.
It will be hard to explain what we're doing on the inside of a fortress.
We're looking for our pet rabbit.
Yeah, we're looking at this white rabbit. No,
I can't talk to. I would ask Duergar at this point to ask Jartha to hang back.
Yeah.
If we don't come out soon.
Most definitely. I'll be waiting for you guys.
Who votes for sneaking in? Raise your hand.
I look at my chainmail and I keep my hand down and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't see that being possible.
Look, if you're going to knock on the front door, why don't I walk through first as Bunny Rabbit, get into place, and then you walk in.
I'm okay with that.
or Rover can just bounce in and then open the door for us.
Rover, as a bunny rabbit circling the sort of the outpost, what you noticed is that it's possible to, if skirting the very edge of the northern side, to basically approach probably undetected if you take care. You'll be able to pass under the opening, sort of quietly moving. If that would be the route to go if you guys wanted to go in stealthy.
Yeah. But I think the group would like to go knock on the front door. So maybe I sneak in as Bunny Rabbit, and then you all make loud noise, and at least we have I believe when you play cards, it's ace in the hole. I'm not sure.
All right. So guide me through it. You're going in.
I'm
going to try and. Sorry, I'm going to like hop off and try and get in, either through like one of the arrow slits nearby the door. I want to be in the room that they're going to enter in, essentially, whatever way I think would be the easiest way to do that.
Okay. And what are you doing, Caliban?
I am just gonna stroll up to the front, feigning total ignorance, just walking like nothing's amiss, and just like knock on the door.
Okay. Anyone else following him?
I'm following him, and I just tell him to maybe.
Oh, hello, what's going on here? Yep.
And I tell him that I'll be
I'm not
to
there
just
anymore.
one side of the door. I don't want to be right dead center on the,
All right.
Grandma.
That's fair.
the door. I just want to be slightly inside the door, but I'm backing you up there. So
Okay, I'm gonna need to borrow Grandma for this one.
Oh, Nana's coming. Nana's coming.
Nana's coming. If she goes south, I want Nana next to me.
All right.
Oh God.
Give me a second, guys.
See, I'm
I'm
just
just. I'm
grandma on
adjusting
the
Nana's
shoulder
scarf.
and just be like, "Yep, follow his lead."
I mean,
Making sure Nana's warm enough.
Okay.
Hakeem, you're welcome to take the lead and speak to them if you so desire. I have no qualms about that.
Cool. So.
I'll take your silence as tacit declining.
What is the plan? Well, what's the plan? What are we gonna say?
We're gonna say how Nana is very sick and we're hoping to find shelter from the cold.
All right, let's do it.
Again, if anyone has any objections to any of this plan that I'm spouting here, feel free to say so. This is a democratic, this is a team effort.
I whispered to Nana to start coughing like badly.
And you're like double over a bit and like...
just to every now and then go into a coughing.
All right. Okay. So do we do that? Would you go ahead, Ben, as Rover, as a bunny? Would you go first and go in and wait for them,
Yes,
or are you going?
I
at
would
the
try
same
and
time?
get in, be in a position so I can be like, if, for example, like there's 20 people in there, I can at least be behind them and act as like if stuff is about to go down.
All right.
We have somebody else. We have a
Surprise,
secret.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cool. So, okay, so I'll do Ben first, guys. So you sneak through, and through a small tunnel, you reach a point where there's kind of an opening going straight above overhead, where you see a bit of light. It looks.
I do have a 5-foot burrow speed as well, so I can go through some snow if that's
Well,
what.
you look like
Okay,
it
just,
looks like this
you know.
was like a well or a place where the stream kind of goes. It keeps going. The stream keeps going under the mountain if you want to follow it. But above you, there's like a stony well that goes into an opening.
Okay.
Okay, as a rabbit, it would be a bit difficult to climb, but as yourself, you'd be able to go up it.
Okay. Just seeing how many of these I can.
We can try doing an
I'm
athletics
just going
check
to
as
see
a
how many
rabbit.
wild shapes I have at the moment. Sorry. I get how many at this point? Still only 2. That's okay then. I'll drop my wild shape and just be Goliath.
Okay. Do you want to climb up the well now? Cool.
Yeah.
As you get up and climb through and kind of have a peek around, what you see is a large hole. It's devoid of decoration, and you're coming out of the frozen well, which is near the east. And directly in front of you, you see 3 iron cages against one of the walls, with one containing a malodorous ogre with rotting, half-frozen skin and an empty right eye socket. It howls in despair at the sight of you. Another cage holds a pair of nervous goats. The third is empty. Leaning against a wall near the cage is a wooden dog sled with ice clinging to it. You see nothing else. It's very dark, though. There's no natural lighting, really. It's just above complete darkness.
So I'm not. Do I think this is the room that they're going to walk into as well, or is this like the wrong room? Is it? Am I on the?
Well, you can see that there's like a wooden kind of drawbridge that leads to the other side of the stone doors. So if they're going from the front doors, that would be it.
And how far away would it like? How far away is that from me in the well?
About 10 feet, like that.
So I'm basically I move away from being in their room.
Yeah.
And everything else is in cages in this room. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll just kind of wait here until they start knocking.
Okay. You guys start you start walking towards the entrance, and Caliban, what is your AC?
My AC is 19.
Okay.
That's
Oh
not
god,
very friendly.
that's a lot of dice.
That's not friendly at all.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Shoom! A crossbow bolt whizzes just past your head and like skims the top of the furs of Zuxa behind you as it slams into the ground. You hear a voice coming from the guard tower going, "Alarm! Alarm!" and like sounding a horn.
Well, fuck these assholes, and I charge.
Towards the doors.
No, come
Charge.
back.
Okay.
Where-
No.
Grab him by the scuff of the collar.
What was it? What's the crossbow?
What is Caliban doing?
Rover, what you see, Rover, is the same figure that you saw as a bunny rabbit run into this room and up to the cage with the ogre and open it. And then dash to the drawbridge. Do you do anything?
I climb back down the well a little bit. Just kind of go.
You hear...
I'm not hearing them knocking on the door, so I'm just like, I think my idea might have been better. And I kind of slowly start going down again.
As you do that, you hear that the drawbridge is being pulled up. Are you still standing where you were, Romeo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, we
I
need to
mean,
back
no,
off. If they're
I
firing
would
at
have
us,
attempted to like find cover or something, or
Let's
like
get out
down.
of here. Come on. I mean, we're not going to like assault the fortress with our clubs, right? I mean, we need to back
Are
off.
you using a club? I'm not using a club.
Okay, you can try your fire sword. It'll probably be as good on the fortress as it was on the
As on the avalanche.
Come on, let's go. We don't need to be hit to know that they're shooting at us.
Fine, we'll back up. But yes, no, I would have attempted to like find cover
Okay.
after the first shot.
Cool. So you're standing let's say you're standing just back far enough that you're out of range, but you
Yeah.
can still see the fortress. Rover, do you join back up with your...
Yes, I would make a hasty retreat and try and again sneak back out.
Okay. That's fine. You know the way to go stealthily now.
So,
And I try and like mix up my tracks a bit so they don't seem like just this giant, like if anyone were to check it out, I don't want to leave these giant Goliath footprints around. Like it'll still look like something's been there, but at least it won't look like a person's been there necessarily. I don't know.
Sure.
I yell down, like if I can yell far. I'll use thaumaturgy to yell even louder. You treat all visitors this way.
I think they'll probably be able to say, yeah, we do.
No reply. What would you like to do?
Okay, so are we going to circle around and try and go through the culvert? Or are we going to wait until it gets even darker to do that? Do we know what we're going to try and do when we get inside this fortress? Do we
Maybe
have a plan?
a fake prisoner ruse. Dubrick, they hate your kind, right?
I
Why would
suppose.
none of us look like Duergar? I'm assuming I'm back with the party by now. I can. Yeah.
If we pose as, again, stop me at any time, but if we pose as mercenaries who heard they pay top dollar for live dwarven prisoners.
So I'm very sorry, but Jartha is wilderness expert. He has not seen this fort before. I don't think they
there's
make their
magic
whereabouts
involved in it.
public.
If we're dead set on getting in the fortress, I think that Rover has the best idea.
All right.
But I think
That's
we
fair.
need to think through what we're hoping to do when we get in there.
And I'll also
Because
relay what I
who
saw
knows
in
what the
three
garrison of
cages
this-
with the goats and the
mean-
2 goats and a troll, a mold
All
and
right.
a troll.
Let's start with what we do know, and what do we know about Duergar?
They're ancient relatives of dwarves who have, for one reason or another, been driven underground and warped into evil creatures.
They spend most of their time underground, right?
Dre, is that right? I think so.
Yeah. So they're deep delvers. They basically don't come out normally. They live hundreds of miles underground in tunnels. They only come up to basically raid other dwarven fortresses and anything they find and bring it back underneath.
DM question.
They sound like they would do really well in a pandemic.
DM question.
Yeah.
Would Caliban have ever run into any drow in Waterdeep?
Some.
Okay, stop me anytime, DM, but I ran across a couple of drow back in Waterdeep, and when they went out into the daytime, they had to cover up because the light hurt them.
Does the same apply to Duergar? Dre, I'm sorry, I don't know. Bill
So-
doesn't know.
Well,
Could do.
Durbik probably does. No?
you roll a history check. You might remember.
No, I don't
I'm staying
remember.
quiet because I assume Rover wouldn't know anything about them, and Ben knows everything about them, so Ben is
11
staying
for
very
me.
quiet.
Durbik, don't get me wrong. Durbik is happy to bust up Duergar, right? They're a stain on the earth, and they need to stay down where they belong. But what do we think?
Damn.
Look down.
Strong words.
How big is this fortress? What would we guess is the garrison size? Like, is it something where there'd be thousands of them, or 5 of them, or 100?
From the outside, you can't really tell. But from what Rover saw, he only saw one through the gaps that he could see. And that same one was the one that let the ogre out.
And do the fortifications seem hastily raised? I mean, is this sort of a normal, like,
It
tower
looks
construction?
super Spartan, like in a post-World War II construction sort of way, but more as a, we don't need it to be nice, we don't give a shit if it looks nice sort of way.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably more than one, because they've said alarm, alarm. So there's probably at least 2, and
He
throw.
has at least imaginary friends, if not real ones. Shall we just go in and see what we can roust out?
We going in my way?
Yes.
Cool. So everybody roll a stealth check for me as you try
Oh
to
no.
stealth your way
clang,
around
clang,
the side.
All right.
Alright, one's
Alright.
a 10 and the other is a 6.
Okay.
So, stealth 8.
Men's looking upset.
I had to put my second die in dice jail. I rolled 7.
One of
modified
these
7.
days, I'll get a roll higher than 10. 8.
Why did you roll 2
8.
dice, by the way, Romeo?
Chainmail puts it at disadvantage.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I got 19.
Okay.
Mother. You are just getting all of my
But
Very-
we are going way around over by the north where you said there wasn't much visibility. So
Yeah.
hopefully our terrible rolls don't doom us.
If these guys have any better armor, I'm taking it, and I will get it refitted to fit me.
Do you take Grandma with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope you guys have her stat block ready.
What?
I can have her stat
Oh.
block ready, but Hakim, do you want to control her?
What's his name?
You.
The stats for the attack.
The same way that you have your character sheet, it's the list
can-
of things that the grandma
I can
can
put
do.
him in our text chat.
Alright.
Considering I am barely keeping up with my stat sheet, I would probably suggest that Caliban, you have full control of Grandma.
I don't mind doing that, but if someone else would, I don't want to step on anyone's toe.
Take it, Caliban. Take it.
Cool.
Remember, it's
Alright.
Nana. Remember, it's Nana. It's not Caliban 2. It's Nana.
No, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And
the
remember,
only
she has an intelligence of 6, so you guys have to command her what to do, but she will not necessarily interpret those correct. I might have to tell you, no, she wouldn't do that.
Oh,
Like a bad genie.
you gotta be careful, Nana.
I turn to Nana and I say, "Shh, be very quiet. We're hunting Duergar."
All right, well, roll a stealth check for Grandma as well, then, for Nana, based on her stats.
Oh.
Right. Nana.
4.
I nearly took a spell for today. I nearly took a
That
spell.
is a
that would have really
4.
helped.
All right.
Okay, fuck you, white die.
So you guys make your way to the culvert, seemingly not, like you don't notice anything weird, you don't hear any other noises, but you make it to the culvert and underneath and into the well. Do you want to climb up the well? Like, in what order do you climb up the well?
I'm happy to go first.
I will go to the
So Duergar first.
If that's
well,
okay.
saying Duergar, if you and I get in position,
go
maybe we
second.
can hut people up.
So then Caliban.
Well, suggesting that Duergar and I do like the thing, and we hut people up, and then he and I go afterwards.
Strong. We need someone
I was
strong.
gonna just
up
say
there
like,
first.
why
But
don't
you
I
guys
just
are heavy.
stand like this and you can use me as a ladder
Yeah, good.
for the first.
That
7
also
people.
works.
Okay.
I'll
So-
go last.
Last.
Who is this?
Actually, I'm
sorry,
more likely to
near-
stop
okay.
attacks.
It's about 10 feet of well that you have to climb up.
Okay. How large is it? How wide is it? Do any of us have trouble?
No,
do we kind of all-
there's
Right.
enough loose fitting stones that anyone should be able to climb it if they, unless you're doing like a particularly speedy climb. And it's wide enough that even Rover will be able to climb up.
So I have Duergar, and then Akeem, and then Zuxa, and then
About
Rover,
5 feet
Nana,
wide,
and
maybe.
Caliban.
Like a
So
5 feet.
Caliban's coming up and then me at the end. I'm letting everyone use me as like a ladder.
Okay.
I've like, I'm squatting a little bit and I've like got my hands here to act as footholds and then I can like put my hands up.
Duergar, then Akeem, then Zuxa.
Thanks, Rover.
Then Nana, Caliban, and Rover.
Okay. Sure. If you could all please roll initiative as I get the map ready for you.
We're gonna have to fight the zombie ogre now, I'm sure.
All right.
That is literally my
It's a
speciality.
moldy. It's a moldy burger. So I think we should just call it a damp burger.
Fuck.
Camp ogre.
Oh yikes!
20
Or mildewy.
motherfucker.
3.
5.
3.
Welcome to my world, Mary.
17?
What's happening is like one of us gets the high roll and somebody else gets completely screwed.
17?
There's some
With my
dark
worst dice?
magic at work here.
You know we're not doing something totally stupid when there's a really nice model built for it. Like, right?
Oh no, I think it's the other way around. I think we're gonna up big time.
So,
We got
Duergar,
cocky.
as you climb
We
up,
think everyone wants to be friends.
Yeah.
as you climb up, the ogre clocks you, but you quickly scan the room and see that the Duergar are waiting by the drawbridge, with the drawbridge being lifted up. So, like, ignore that brown patch is basically like a pit. Okay, a pit that you could drop into.
Oh shit. Okay.
Akeem,
So there's a drop there, like we.
yeah. So that if you wouldn't want to fall into that, it's at least 10 feet, maybe 20 feet deep.
And where are we coming out?
You're coming out. You're coming out of this square, which is what I put as the well.
And is the ogre is not back in his cage.
No, he's not. He was
Just as a point of personal vindication, divine sense.
divine sense.
I was waiting for
Okay. Well, no, sorry. You can do that when you come out of your well, but I'll tell you, that's definitely an undead creature.
Okay.
Ooh,
Just-
okay.
Okay.
Nana. Call Nana. Nana.
So you-
Nana, come up in here.
Okay, so
Duergar hops out of the well, and Akeem's coming out of the well right behind him. You guys will be able to come out of the well on each of your turns, depending on what you rolled. But it'll be like one. You have to spend some movement to get out of the well, because combat.
Do I have
has started.
time? Do I have time to say to Nana, kill the small ones?
You haven't gone into the room. You haven't seen it yet.
Okay. But would I know
Yeah,
that
you're
they're
not
there?
bad. It's only me and Duergar so far.
Okay.
Okay.
right,
So what was everyone's initiative rolls whilst I was setting up?
9.
5.
3.
22.
Okay,
17.
sorry. One at a time, please. Sorry. Okay, I got Rover and I got Duergar. What was Saksa?
3.
3. Okay. And Akeem?
22. Sucker.
Nice. And Caliban?
5.
5. All right. Let's start combat. So Akeem, you're out of the. You're just coming out of the well. You get to go first. This is what you see. You can move and you can cast a spell or do anything else you want, or both.
Oh,
Your
I'm
friends are
definitely
coming
gonna
up behind you in the well, so I would suggest getting out of their way. But you can do.
Yeah. So whereabouts am I? Sorry, I couldn't quite see on the screen.
Here.
So that's me there. Okay. And where are they coming up from? They're coming up from behind me.
From underneath. There's a well directly underneath. Imagine that you're just kind of popping out of it. I'll get a bit closer so you can see with the camera. Just a sec.
Ooh.
Zoom cam.
Okay. So I take a step to the right.
Sorry?
So that I take a step to the right so that the rest of the team are still able to come up, but I try to make sure I'm still within striking range of the ogre.
Okay. You are? Would you like to cast anything?
So now, I would love to cast a spell.
Okay.
Is it quite dark in there? Because you mentioned that the
yes. So basically, there's no interior lighting, pretty much. So it's
cast dancing lights
to be able to see. Okay.
Yeah. So that when they come up, they're able to see what the hell's happening.
Cool. So boop, 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 four globes of light sort of bounce up and kind of float up to the ceiling and light up the room perfectly well.
We all have dark vision.
Okay.
What's the bitches?
I don't have dark vision.
That also is okay. Fair enough.
You still get disadvantage on attack rolls in the dark. So that was a smart move.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. It is now Rover's turn.
I'm right at the bottom with everybody kind of ahead of me acting as a ladder. So can I hold my action until everybody... Can I, choose to go later in the initiative order until everyone else has got up?
I will allow that. Sure.
So I'll go last.
Okay. It is now the ogre's turn. Durbik came out first, so he's going to go up to him and attack.
Oh, shit.
The ogre shambles forward and raises his big great club and takes a swing, almost as if to, sort of a baseball bat strike the side of Durbik's head.
Bring it.
With his Morning Star, actually, not just a club. Natural one.
It's a miss.
Swings and a miss. That's the ogre done. It is now Durbik's turn.
I am going to rage.
Okay.
And I am going to take his legs out.
Cool. Roll to attack.
I rolled a natural one.
At the sight of the giant. Sure. You can recklessly attack.
Okay.
So you can roll with advantage. By the way, that means he can roll with advantage, but people can attack him with advantage as well, because he's kind of going crazy.
So that's 16.
16 hits. Roll for damage.
That is 13 points of damage.
Oof. So Durbik ducks just under the Morning Star. The ogre misses, and bam, with his great axe, right? Is that?
Yes.
Cool. Takes a big slice out of the leg and just kind of cuts it. And you can see the muscles have no blood in them pretty much, other than sort of congealed blood. So they kind of split open, but there's no gushing blood. It's more like jelly falling out.
Sorry, DM, forgot to mention, Nana rolled 10 on her initiative.
Oh, thank you very much. That means she goes technically before Durbik. So she can go next. What would you like Grandma to do? She is behind. Actually, she's still quite behind, so she can't do much.
Is she at the top of the well, or can she reach the top of the well?
No, Zaxa is next. Grandma is under Zaxa.
Okay, can she push Zaxa up to give her give her a boost up?
Yeah, sure. She can do that as her action.
Yeah, she'll do that to hopefully give Zaxa more movement or something like that.
Sorry, I left the rage damage bonus off, so that was actually 15 if you'll allow it.
Okay, sure. 2 more damage too.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is now Caliban's turn.
Okay, how much movement is it to get to the top?
If you climb up, it's about 10 feet. but it's vertical. So basically, if you want to climb up without skipping in front of other people, roll an athletics check for me.
Oh, nice. 23.
Okay. So Caliban
And as I'm passing up, I'll say to Nana, kill the small ones.
Okay. So Caliban shimmies up the well, sort of going ahead of people in the way, kind of butting against them to get out, jumps out of the well and lands here. You still have 10 feet of movement.
Okay, can I reach the ogre?
Yes, just.
Alright, bonus action Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Let me just mark off the spell slot before I forget. Shield of Faith. Yep. And I will rush the ogre, and I will take a sword attack against the ogre.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Natural 20! Nice.
Okay.
So, I'll go ahead and put a Divine Smite into that.
Holy shit. God damn it. Alright.
Okay. So, now let me just double check. This is undead, correct?
Yes, he's an undead.
Okay, so that's an one extra d8 inherently. Let me just double check how divine, because it's not Divine Smite
It's just radiant damage. That's
plus
why
1/8, but I just say if the plus 1d8 is doubled as well. Oh yeah, max. Okay, so let me just do the sword damage first. So that's one hand, so oh wait, that's a d10. 7 plus 3, 10 plus 4, 14 points of slashing damage, non-magical, if
Yeah.
that makes a difference. Plus 2, 9, 12, 20, 25.
God.
27 points of radiant damage.
God. Wow. So you guys see Caliban like shimmy up the well, come out, like his sword suddenly splits into like divine light, and he goes to sort of cleave the ogre in half, and the blade kind of gets stuck in the belly and splits it open, and half of its guts come out and kind of spill all over the floor in front of you guys. How much damage was it? 28?
28 points of radiant damage
Yeah.
plus 14 points of slashing damage.
You kind of see the ogre kind of stumble forward as he's trying to put his guts back into his belly. And it is now Zaxa's turn. So I don't know if you can see yourself,
Caliban, you're
Zaxa.
cleaning that up.
You're here just on top of the well, about to kind of pop out of it. So you got that whole range of movement to go. By the way, so that way is the two Duergar guards. You can see. It's not their turn yet, but that's where they are.
They're still just watching.
Actually, what I'll do is I'll also show you the top view.
Ooh. Whoa.
That's as much as you like.
By the way, Dre, I'm loving this. This is great.
Excellent. So, Zaxa, what would you like to do? You're mute. I think you muted yourself again.
Oh, sorry. I see what Caliban's doing, and I figure like just to go all for it, and to use my Eldritch Blast to kind of focus on the kind of to get him right in the gut, the sort of midsection where he's already kind of like
If this
coming
kills him,
apart.
this
And
will be the
then,
definition of
and
a
then I'd
lucid
like-
pickle jar.
And then I'd like to bonus action Misty Step myself and teleport myself onto the top of the middle cage, just behind him, ready myself for the next round.
Okay. So you roll to hit your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. What am I doing? So it's, okay, so 22, sorry. So it's 22 on the Elder.
22 hits. You hit him straight into the middle of that hole left by Caliban.
Whoops. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I need to roll for the rest of it. And the damage is impossible. At 10.
10 damage.
10 points.
Okay. Oh, the ogre's not looking good. Like that kind of singes, like the rest of the hole, it pops like out of the back. And basically you can now see through the ogre. All you can see is the spine in the middle with a couple of muscles holding him up. But there's like a hole through him. And you're popping up here.
Yeah, which was it the goats that I'm on top of the cage? Or is it something else?
Question, are the goats undead? I would know.
No, the goats are not undead.
Just checking.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to use the divine sense?
I already did use it when I checked the ogre, but the goats
yeah.
were in the same room, so I would know.
So, Rover, you
Fair
can,
point.
if you want to take your turn, you can jump up, leave Grandma behind, basically.
Yeah, I will quite happily do that. What do I want to do? I'm going to cook this one. So, grab my staff, slam it on the ground, and you notice a fire appears below the ogre.
Ah. Very nice.
Okay, cool. What are you casting?
And I cast Create Bonfire.
Oof. Excellent.
So it is a dex save from the ogre.
Oh, good God. He's got a -2 on that.
Natural 20.
And that's before he lost all his core
Spell save
muscles.
DC 14.
Okay, I fails it.
Wonderful. Yeah, okay. Damage. Cool. Just 7 points of fire damage.
7 points of
He's
fire
just
damage.
cooking along.
So, as he's like kind of like not sure what's happening to him, like the fire starts under his feet and he goes, "Rrr?" And you guys, the whole room just fills with sort of a bacony smell, you know, as he sort of starts cooking. So it's the Duergar turn. So you guys suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, catch a glimpse as one of these dwarven-looking creatures with sort of basically skin that looks as if they'd never seen sunlight ever, but it's kind of bluish, palish, like it has no pigment. It's basically you see the blood underneath flowing. They suddenly, the one closest to you, the one closest to you starts to grow and grow and grow, and he gets bigger than Rover and gets almost as big as the ogre. I'm gonna use a Yeti because I don't have an enlarged Duergar figurine. And he's going
to do that.
to run into Caliban. From the rear, attacking with advantage because he's pincering Caliban.
Oh, so we're doing flanking, okay.
And he's gonna use his large war pick, basically this kind of hammer with a spike on it. He's gonna try and spike him right through the top of his helmet.
Come on, AC.
19 plus 4, that's 23 to hit.
That just hits.
Really? Oh, because you did that shield magic.
Yeah, my AC is 21.
All right.
Wow.
So that's 2d8 worth of damage.
Fuck!
Because they're so big now. Well, he's so big.
Enlarge adds a D4.
Not
usually.
on Duergar.
Oh, no, that's fine. Different rules. Sorry. My bad.
So it's 7 plus 2, 9 points of piercing damage. Like
Okay, that's not so bad.
spiking through your helmet. Ah, and shouts, "Das Vidania!" and like does that.
Caliban staggers for a second from the head blow and is like, "You done me an honor, Lieutenant, but my dance card is full."
Whereas the like you guys kind of shift your gaze as you see this happen, and what you see is the other Duergar just kind of pops out of existence, and you don't see him, and he's gone. Okay. And it is now back to being Akeem's turn. You're muted, I can't hear you. Everyone mutes themselves.
Sorry, I was just swearing. I was just swearing because I had to get it out of my system. So I decided at this point, because I'm still within proximity, to try and cast Charm Person. I kid, I'm joking. Ain't no charm in this world. I cast... well, I was going to cast Flaming Sphere, but I feel like that will hit the people around me.
What is? I think it's the
very
side.
close proximity.
It's. They might, depending where you put it, because it's a 5-foot sphere, I think. Right?
Yeah.
All right,
So you know what? I'm going to stick with Burning Hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Burning Hands to singe the living daylights out of this new thing that's popped up.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't hit me.
All right. You ready?
Actually, I'm resistant to fire. Good enough.
Hands.
Yeah. So I believe
Well,
I have to roll.
I got 13.
I think I have to roll to try and evade it with Burning Hands.
Yeah.
With your spell save DC.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Yeah.
What is your spell save DC? Do you have it ready? It's
Oh,
next.
sorry, my bad. My spell save DC is...
It should say it on the spell. Like it'll usually say hit or
4d6?
DC, and it'll be either.
No.
No, so that's the damage. So if you go the one to the left,
Yeah,
it should be
sorry,
either
14.
like
14.
14. Okay, and that's
Yeah.
the dexterity. Basically, he's trying to kind of dodge it out of the
14,
way,
14,
but
yeah.
he's a zombie, so he's once again gets -2 on his dexterity. 3, he fails it completely, so he takes, I believe, 4d6 damage, right? So you can roll
Boom.
that.
Are you casting it at second level, Hakeem?
All right, so 46. Yes, I am.
Second level. Okay.
15.
Well, sorry.
Oof. So
Yeah.
did you click next to the? Okay. You got 15 out of the 46, yeah?
Yeah, I
Okay.
clicked the button that says 4d6, yeah.
Cool.
So I had 4 dice that rolled, so 5, 5, 3, 2. That's what I
Okay.
got.
Akeem, I believe this is your first. How do you want to do this? So you've killed. Okay.
What does that mean?
It means that you
killed the
have
monster.
you have dealt the final blow in the to the zombie. So you get to narratively tell me what that looks like. You can describe exactly what you do. So you could say,
Oh,
you know, I
shit.
burn him down to a
Okay.
crisp. You know, whatever. You can make it as descriptive as you want.
So I really concentrate my power from the legs up to make it as painful as possible. So as I'm going from the legs up, you can see the creature scream in pain as it starts to envelop the rest of its body.
Oof. And you see Akeem do this, just the flames pouring out of his hands, and the ogre's kind of burning, and you can basically getting shorter as he's sort of almost melting like a wax candle, and just ends up crumpling onto the floor as he turns to ash. And you've killed the
continuing
ogre.
to roast my.
Yeah.
At which point I turn around and look at the others and be like, it's been a rough day.
Let's just. I'm gonna show you up close the ogre, painted by. By the way, this show is sponsored by my sister, who paints some of the arts and crafts. So I'll show you up close.
Remember to like and subscribe. I don't do that in Twitch, but I see all the youngsters saying that.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
see him?
there it is. Look at that.
Tia, if you're
Terrifying.
watching, I'm sorry.
You know what you should do? You should just like sprinkle a little bit of dust
Pretty-
where he is.
Pretty good,
While we're
right?
talking sponsors, I have been enjoying
Yes, great.
Sainsbury's own London Dark Porter, and people always go on about Dwarven Ale, but I'm quite a big fan of this Goblin Ale.
Nice.
You know what we should do
Nice.
every once in a while, like once you've hit a deadly blow to a creature, you should be like, sponsored by Strongbow.
It is now Rover's turn.
Oh, is it Nana's turn? Sorry, just because. Oh no, sorry.
No.
Never mind.
Because
Sorry.
because everyone was trying to climb up, I
Ignore me. I got super confused.
Oh, good. So I'm not engaged with Big Dwarf Boy.
No.
Okay, in that case, if I can, I'd like to try and look around for the invisible one as best I can, even though it's invisible. Like, where did I see it move after it went?
Okay. Well, you can't see him, but you can roll a perception check.
Yeah,
With-
that's what I mean,
with-
like to hear,
with-
or like,
yeah.
there's dust that moves.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage to try and see if you can hear where he went.
Oh. It's not terrible. That's a 16.
Okay. You think he went northward, sort of up, away, into that other direction.
Other room?
Yeah. But hard to tell.
I love how British that was. Oh, it's not terrible.
Yeah, okay, don't worry about that then. In that case, I'm going to try and get behind Enlarged Dwarf, like, as much as my movement will allow me to without risking me falling in the hole.
Yeah, you can get right behind him.
No, I want to be away from him.
Oh, away?
I want to be as far away from him, but behind him, as I'm allowed to be without dashing. No, like, directly, like, I want to be not in, like, go along the edge of the hole.
So this way.
No, the other way.
Sorry, I don't understand, because behind him is here.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. Wait,
Okay, but this
as much
is
as I can without being in the
Sure,
hole, as far away
but-
as I can be.
This is a hole, so you get to here, and you'd have to
Yeah.
go this way. So
Yeah.
maybe here. Yeah.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, because you don't allow diagonal movement. Okay, that's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well,
5.
not diagonal
No, no.
over the hole.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, I'll do Thorn Whip from behind,
Okay.
coming back from me.
Roll to hit.
How deep is the hole?
I believe
About
20
20 feet.
feet. Sorry, 30-foot deep pit.
So, 17 to hit.
That hits just, well, by 1. No, so a bit more than just.
Wonderful. Max damage. So that is 6 slashing damage, and I'm going to pull him 5 feet towards me, closer towards the hole.
Okay. So question is, do I have to roll to resist that, or it just happens?
No, it just happens if I hit.
Okay. Pulling him towards the hole by how much?
If the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer towards me.
Okay, he's large, but okay, so
Yeah, large or smaller, so he's fine.
this way. Okay, he's right by
Yeah,
the.
towards me.
Cool. So he's out of combat from those guys. Okay, cool. Then it is the zombie's dead. It is Grandma's turn. She's in the well.
Can Grandma reach the Duergar?
If she climbs out of the hole, yeah, she's within 5 feet. So, like after she climbs out of the wall, so yeah. But you have
Okay,
to give her a
so-
command, which you didn't.
I said kill the small ones.
He's not small
Okay,
anymore.
sure,
Though.
that's fair. Okay. Well, there's no small ones
Exactly.
that she can
Except
see.
for Durbik, which hopefully she won't attack.
So the question is, would she default to the next best thing that she could see? Or
No, 6 intelligence. I'm gonna rule that she looks around and doesn't see small ones, so she's waiting for the small ones.
okay, so she doesn't do anything, doesn't get a turn?
She holds her action to attack the small ones, unless you guys, if you give her another order, I'll allow you to switch the reaction.
Okay, then I'll wait
Kill
for my...
anything that's not us.
Okay, and now it's Durbik's turn.
So what's the game mechanic for running up and just bull rushing this guy into the hole without falling in myself? Can I like shoulder knock him into the hole?
You can use your attack action to shove, and that's a contested strength check.
Is he like 10 feet high now, or how big is he?
Yeah, he's about, not 10, more like 8 or 9.
He is large, though.
I think
Like,
I'm unlikely to be able to bowl him over then. So I'll just take a normal rage advantage attack with the great axe.
keep in mind you get advantage on your strength checks. Just saying.
I'll try it. Why not? It'll be fun. I'll try and shove him into the hole.
All right. So,
Why not?
yeah, roll a strength check with advantage, and I will also roll a strength check with advantage because I'm large.
Dirty
to try
20.
and resist it. Ooh, okay. Strength plus, what do you get? Doubles make strength checks with advantage. Okay. 21.
Oh, good idea,
So
though.
he stumbles back, but you know he's a big boy now. He manages to just resist. Okay. Caliban's turn.
All right,
Our
there's...
dwarf doesn't need steroids to be strong.
I'd like to apologize in advance because I can't think of a better way to say this, but I'm gonna say to Nana, kill the Dark One.
Oh, come on. Terrible.
You realize I'm like black. I'm basically purple. Like I'm dark.
That's
I'm the
true.
color.
She's darker.
You realize
Okay.
that's actually a few of us.
Kill the one with the pick.
Really, bro?
More allies than
Really,
enemies
bro?
are gonna get harmed here.
Come on.
Kill the one with the pick. Is
All
what I
right.
say.
Come on, mother. Really?
I'm trying to remember the line from Princess Bride. Is it leave the dark one for questioning? What is the kill the two? Remember in the
Yeah, something like that.
Kill the brother.
That movie has really memorable lines.
Mean.
That was never gonna end well.
Damn.
No. All right. So what does Nana's run up to him? You want to roll to hit?
Yeah, Nana's gonna do a multi-attack. She's first gonna use Dreadful Glare. I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, he's not good at those. 13?
That does succeed, unfortunately.
Okay.
But then she's gonna use Rotting Fist.
Okay.
Is she in flanking at all with anyone? Like,
No, because
Okay.
Rover is not engaged.
Durbik though would be. Durbik certainly has his attention, right?
Yeah,
but
but
you didn't move
you're
the-
both on the same side. So flanking is if your guys are on opposite sides, you get advantage for attacks.
I know.
okay,
I was
that's
just saying that you
a
haven't moved a bit close to the new dwarf.
Ah, sorry.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, so he first of all takes... This is gonna be almost as nasty as a Divine Smite. 9 points of bludgeon damage,
Okay.
plus... Ooh, 8. 12 points of necrotic damage, and I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
No, because how does Grandma want to do this? You guys see this, you know, like this frail little thing that you guys thought maybe a little help, like strike with such strength that the Duergar before you, even though he's large, stumbles backwards, and what you see is all his veins pulse black, which is even more kind of visible because of the paleness of his skin, and they just kind of turn completely black, and the skin starts to tinge green as like the smile dies from its face, and it falls backwards into the pit, dead.
I'd like to think it does an Avengers like endgame like when the body just melts away with necrotic damage before it hits the ground.
I thought it was more of a Groot type of thing, where where he does the arm and smacks the things around, and you're like, holy shit! I didn't realize Groot can do that.
Cool. So Grandma is boss. It's now Zaxa's turn. You don't see any other combatants at the moment. You're still in combat.
Shoot blindly.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not my turn. I can't speak. Don't worry. I don't want to distract people, but I could potentially block this entranceway, like with hurty things.
Okay.
If people want to be on my turn.
things.
Is that like the technical arcane term? Is that what?
Yeah, hurty things.
Rover is druid, not wizard.
I have a question about the cages again and what's in them. There was a couple of goats in one of them. There was something. One of them was empty, and then the other one was.
The other one had the ogre in it, but the ogre was released because you guys let them know that you were here.
I'm guessing these are trained sled goats, so this may help us retrieve the other sled. Like we can.
I believe these goats may be dinner. Lunch and dinner are the names. But anyway.
If they weren't their names before, they certainly are now. But hang on, I'll stay quiet.
Mary, you're still technically
Rover, all
in
I'm asking is
initiative
if
at the
you're going to
moment.
eat them, please don't speak with animals first, okay?
In initiative.
Yeah, so technically you're still in combat. You can't see anyone to fight, but you're still in combat.
Does just thinking. Does anybody? Is there such a kind of skill or a talent or a spell that allows you to track something that has turned invisible?
You can try to listen and basically try to guess where they are based on movements or mistakes that they make in moving, or maybe the feeling of them brushing past you, like almost the air movement, that kind of thing. So that's a perception check.
Okay.
So you can roll a perception check with disadvantage because you can't see them physically, to see if you can tell where they are. But
for future reference, there are two spells that help with invisible creatures. One is see invisibility. Second level spell does what it says. You see invisibility.
Yeah.
The other one is called Fairy Fire, and you choose a cube. And a dex saving throw, and if they fail, they're lighted up in like non-damaging flames. So it means that when they go, but you have to like either know roughly where they are to center the cube on an invisible creature, or you do it on them before they go invisible. This is just speaking to the player, future reference. Anyone else asking questions?
Would
Those are your three anti-invisibility spells.
Oh no, I've forgotten. Would this character know whether this creature is able to see things that are invisible as well?
the Duergar, like you'd know that going invisible doesn't stop you from seeing others that are visible, but if someone else is invisible, you...
No, I mean that if I was invisible,
Yeah.
would they still be able to see me? Do they have a way
No.
of seeing me
No.
if I was invisible?
No.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear anything or hear any movement?
Yep. Roll a perception check.
Oh, not yeah, 1 on the dice, so it's what, a 3?
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure. There's there was so much noise in the combat. It's all kind of happening simultaneously. So at the moment you don't hear anything. You happy staying up on the cage? You want to move down? Do you want to hold your action?
Could I hold Eldritch Blast as an action if I feel like I see an attack occur, or if I have any kind of idea of what direction it might have come in?
At the next hint that there may be an invisible Duergar nearby.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Cool. Holding action for that. Dead Duergar's turn. Other Duergar's turn. Let me double check.
If I hold an action like a spell, do I then have to roll for whether it's successful before?
You roll it when it so with a reaction.
When it's necessary.
With a held action, what you're doing is you're saying there is a condition in which I will do when X happens, I will do Y, and then once X happens, that's when you roll for the attack or whatever happens.
Okay, so I'll wait.
If X doesn't happen on this round, and it was a leveled spell, then you still lose the spell slot and the spell isn't cast because the condition wasn't met. Just that's how held actions work. Just for future reference, it is Eldritch Blast a cantrip, so you haven't lost anything if it doesn't happen this round, but just letting you know for future reference.
So what you guys hear is a large voice, and basically the same kind of voice as before, but it sounds as if it's coming from a larger creature, going, "Come get this," from the other room that is kind of above in the north. So I'll just show you. It's easier. Okay. He's up there. You heard the noise come from that room.
Oh, he's visible now.
Yep, but he's large.
That's easier to hit. That's okay.
Okay.
And it is now back to Akeem's turn. So you hear this. You haven't seen where he is, but you've heard it.
Okay. So I walk towards where I hear the sound from. Now I assume the dancing lights was only for the previous room, right?
When you cast,
and the other room was
so dancing lights is a cantrip, right?
Yeah, so it was only for a minute.
No, it's still happening. So during combat, every turn is 6 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So you still have lights, and you can send them wherever you want when you're.
And so, as a bonus action, you can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot within 120 feet of you.
Ah, wonderful. So I would like to do that so that it moves and illuminates the new area that I'm going to be walking into.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Each one of your 4 lights must be within 20 feet of each other, or a light winks out if it goes out of range.
You can move up to here if you want, or you can dash further if you like.
But if I dash further, I'll lose the lights, won't I?
You won't lose the lights, but you won't be able to cast another spell this turn.
Ah, okay.
Up to you.
I will go that far because I feel like if I dash in and can't cast another spell, I might be putting myself in a tricky situation.
You can now see him, and what you actually see in this room is a long room divided in the middle by 2 open doorways. And on the other side of the doorway, you see the enlarged Duergar, and also in the far left of the wall, southwest corner, southwest corner, you see a large iron lever sticking out of the wall.
Okay.
So you can cast a spell if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
And I'll move the camera.
I will cast Flaming Sphere because I can cast it ahead of me.
Okay.
Up to 60 feet, right?
If that's what it says, yes.
Yeah,
so that'll be within.
feet.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, just you can cast it on him, basically.
Yep. So I'd like to do that. I cast Flaming Sphere.
Amazing.
Flaming Sphere.
You see Akeem kind of just start. So it's verbal. So okay. So start chanting and moving his hands, and in front of him, this kind of out of nowhere goes whoop, a ball of flaming fire comes out of nowhere and starts burning right next to the Duergar. And I have to do a dexterity saving throw for the Duergar. Fails it, so I take 2d6 fire damage. You want to roll the 2d6 fire damage?
Sure. 5.
So, and it kind of burns him. You see his armor, his scale mail. A few of the scales glow bright red from the impacts of the spell. And it is Rover's turn. Let me switch your.
I kind of want to turn to him and be like, do we want to charge at him, or do we want him to charge at us? Do we want him to charge at us, or are we going to go charging him?
Let's keep.
You can.
So would we like me to make this little space much more difficult to pass?
If you were going to read Durbek's body language, you would probably read that he's about to charge into that room.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
If you were to ask him, I don't think he would
Okay.
respond at
We're
this
gonna
point.
go on 3, and
He's
Durbek
like,
is already like, I don't even.
So basically, what you're
Is that
saying is
on
don't
three?
cast Spike Growth over where Durbek's going to run.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. You guys keep talking it through while Durbek is like, ah.
Yeah, alright, hang on.
How far away is it? Kind of.
Now, with his
Oh,
short
yeah.
little
Yeah.
legs, it'll take him a while to get to wherever you're
Almost 60 feet. I think it's 55 feet away from Akeem, basically.
Yeah,
Just
so I'd like to move up next to Akeem.
Thanks. Hey, buddy. Well, I'm still doing the thing. You wanna take this guy on? Just keeping the lights going here. How's your weekend, huh?
And then just
That is-
still.
Yeah. Fine, I won't do Spike Growth. I will just create a bonfire under him again.
Oh, I kept forgetting to change the music.
He is getting toasty.
So again, like the bonfire suddenly the bonfire was
Oh,
still
shit.
there.
Oh my god.
Something dissipates out,
Mhm.
and you see it recreate under this giant Duergar.
Cool. All right, and it's another dex save, yeah?
14 is the DC.
Oh, wait, I get a minus. No, I don't get a minus for this one, do I? 14 exactly, so pass. Do I still take damage?
No, it's a cantrip, so it's save or something.
Okay. Cool. And it is now Grandma's turn.
Okay.
But you
she
didn't
has
give you didn't give her any other instructions.
Nope.
So what she will do, she will still move towards.
Guys, we need to hash out some command phrases for Grandma, like a bloodhound or something. Like,
So she's
tell
dashed
her that if we
towards.
say search and destroy, that means kill anything that isn't us, and if we say heal, that means just stand by and.
She's running towards the other one because they look very similar. So she's gonna basically assume that she has to do the same thing.
All right.
It's Durbek's turn.
She can use
that's-
Dreadful Glare if he's within 60 feet, though.
Okay, even though she's dashed.
Oh, she's dashed. I didn't realize she'd dashed.
Okay. So Durbek.
So Durbek was gonna, if this works in the mechanics, Durbek wasn't gonna dash. He was just gonna run, but he was gonna throw a hand axe on the way.
Okay. You
I
can
mean,
get.
how far does he get if he dashes?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
He's only got 25 move.
So without dashing, you're here. Can you see it?
Yeah. Yes.
And dashing, you'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, next to Grandma.
I think I'll just stick with Grandma then. That's fine. Yeah. So dash.
Okay, so bear in mind, I don't have a separation here, but
no, wait,
right
wait.
across the room, there should be a wall and 2 doorways that you can see through. Large doorways, but basically it's kind of like 2 archways that separate the 2 sides of the room. Okay.
Okay.
And it's now Caliban's turn.
Okay, did the ogre actually get turned to ash?
Well, it's kind of like a
so.
pile of burn and melted kind of goo.
So there's no, like, pile of ash I could grab a handful of as I'm walking away, as I'm running away.
Ash, sure. You'd be able to scoop up some of the ogre if you wanted.
Okay, would it be an action to do that, or could that be my object manipulation, to just get a handful of ash?
That can be an object manipulation, so free action.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a handful of ash.
Mhm.
How far can I get towards the other Duergar?
Without dashing,
Yeah. So 30 feet. What does 30 feet look like without
1,
dash?
2, 3, 4, 5. Just in front of Akeem or next to him somewhere.
Okay, I will dash.
Okay.
So that's another 5.
Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're behind Grandma now. Okay. So I'm gonna change camera again, okay? And I'll move it. So give me a second.
There's nothing we can really do as a bonus action. Shield of Faith is still up. Oh wait, I didn't roll a concentration check on Shield of Faith. No, I have lost Shield of Faith.
Okay. So for those that don't know what Romeo has to do on a spell that is concentration, because he took damage, is he might lose his concentration. So he just rolled to see if that would happen, and he did. So his defense spell no longer works.
Is it a D20?
So your flaming sphere is concentration. Taking.
So if you take damage, it might disappear.
Dre, speaking of losing things, how are you on the rule for Duergar attacking himself to keep his rage going while he's running?
No, sorry.
Okay.
That's all I can do this turn.
Okay.
You mean like-
but you. Oh no, because you dashed. Yeah, sure. Although, what I will say is, if you're dashing towards an enemy, I would say that you're still raging.
Okay.
Because you're angrily running. It wouldn't make sense that if you slowly walked there, you might be okay if you throw something at them. But otherwise, no. So I'm going to say, if you're in the middle of a dash, that still counts.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. It's Zaxa's turn. You've just seen everybody kind of run that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna leap down from the middle cage. I'm gonna just leap to the other cage, and then I'm gonna just scale the edge of that to drop down onto the ground.
Okay. I'm going to say that uses up 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
Roll a dexterity check to make sure you land on your feet.
Okay. Natural 20.
Okay, you're like a cat, just choop. Like a drop of water, just kind of
leap down, but avoiding the guts. Just sort of sidestep, like tiptoeing around the guts that are still sort of splown onto the floor.
So you still have 20 feet of movement, or you can dash if you want, and you have even more. But with 20 feet of movement, you get to 1, 2, 4 here. You can get to here, and you have a view, technically with cover, but because of your feet. No cover for you.
I don't need cover, so I'm not going to go around the
Technically,
corner,
he has cover for your Eldritch Blast, but you took the spell sniper feat.
Yeah, so I shouldn't. That should protect me against anything 3/4 or half.
It's the other way around. He doesn't have protection. You can snipe through the gaps.
I know, but I didn't think I had to be that close.
You don't know? Okay. Well,
he's like I can be I can be on the corner, protected myself, but not have to be that close to him.
Here.
So I didn't plan on advancing. I just planned on staying behind.
So just from around the corner. Okay, sure.
Now that I've climbed down from the cages and moved a few feet forward, am I allowed to do a spell or not?
Yes, you can.
I'll cast Armor of Agathis on myself because I haven't yet.
Okay.
And then that's it for my spells, I think.
Okay. It is the Duergar's turn. And he's going to hold his action.
So that means he needs to make another dex save if he's not moving.
Oh, okay, because of the flaming sphere. He's going to move here.
The flaming sphere and the bonfire.
Oh shit. That's a good point. He tries to move out of the way. I guess he'll take damage because he starts his turn in it, right?
Yep. From both, I do believe.
So dex save fails one dex save. Fails both of his dex saves. Okay, so Akeem 2d6 worth of fire damage, and what about Rover? I don't know.
It's 1d8 of fire damage, which is a 7.
And Akeem?
What am I doing?
Roll 2d6 for your
fire damage.
That you cast earlier he was next to at the start.
Yes.
It says it in the spell description. If any
Cool.
creature that starts their turn next to it has to do the
6.
save.
How much?
Cool, makes sense. 6.
6, 7.
Thank
so,
you.
okay.
6.
Yeah. So
6.
but the other one was 7, so 13 together. So from your 2 fire spell damage, he looks pretty beaten up. Like he's basically the skin is starting to turn black from all the flames.
Yeesh.
And it's back to Akeem's turn.
Oh, back to me. Back to little Lamois. Okay. So I decide to cast.
One thing that would have happened when you cast Flaming Sphere, because it's concentration, is that your other lights would have gone off.
Yeah, that's fine because
yeah.
it's still bright enough that it can like illuminate the area, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a big enough.
There's bright light in a 20-foot radius.
It's a
and dim
bonfire
light.
as well.
Yeah,
And a bonfire. That's right.
Yeah.
yeah, like that's fine. I ain't got no beef with the other lights going out. However, with that being said, how far away am I from the creature now? Like, am I far away enough that I can still cast Shocking Grasp?
No, for that, you'd have to be within touching range.
Okay, so I'm still too far
Yeah.
away.
You can cast your firebolt, or you can move, or the ones that have range, you can cast those ones.
Yeah. So I was gonna go with Firebolt, but
Okay.
I'm a stick to my favorite guns, and that is Burning Hands, baby.
All right, you need to get closer for that because it's got a 15-foot range, I think. So
Okay, so
you'd
I'll
have to be
take a few
close
steps
enough.
forward.
One.
Oh shit, I'm still that far out.
5 is 120 feet.
Yeah,
doesn't have to-
that makes more sense.
You
yeah.
can move to
5
here. You can move to there. Can you
No,
see?
I'll stick with Firebolt, but am I in danger of hitting any one of the other folk ahead of me?
No.
If I use
and-
Firebolt for
no,
me?
you're not. And
Okay.
if you move where you are, he only has half cover. Because actually, no cover. Because you can shoot through one of the doorways to him.
Oh, okay. So I move up close to where Durbik is,
Okay.
and then I cast Firebolt.
Roll to hit.
All right. I get 6.
Plus your thing. Okay, so you rolled.
Oh, sorry, my bad. No, I only just did a roll to hit. Plus the thing, it's going to be 16.
You get 16. Okay. Okay, well that hits.
That's with if I hit both of them, right? So where
Well,
it says hit DC and
No, so yeah,
effect, or
the hit DC. Sorry, the one where it says hit DC. If you click that, what
Yeah.
was the number that came out?
the number that came from hit DC was 10.
10. So
Yeah.
okay, so 10 misses, I think.
Okay, my bad.
As
Cool.
a bonus action, you can slam your flaming sphere into him. Just FYI.
Do that. All right.
Do
So-
that.
Shoom! The bolt of fire that leaves Akeem's hand goes wide and misses the Duergar, just brushes above his head. And in anger, you just see him kind of clench his fist, and you see the much bigger ball of fire sort of shunt itself to the side and hit the side of the Duergar again. And this time he fails. So another 2d6 worth of damage, please.
Okay, hold up.
For future reference, I slightly buggered up when I was reading through the rules. It's when you end your turn within 5 feet of flaming sphere, or you move
Okay.
through the bonfire, you end your turn on the bonfire.
On the end of the
So
turn.
I
Okay.
read that wrong at the end of the turn, just a future reference.
Sure, thank you. So how
Five.
Lawful good,
5.
lawful good lawyer.
Yeah, he's not looking great. Like, you can see patches of skin starting to fall off from all the flaming attacks. And it is now Grandma's turn. She's going to
Go ham.
1, 2, 3, 4 get into combat.
Multi-attack, dreadful glare, wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. 16.
That succeeds, but she's still gonna do Rotting Fist.
Okay.
Oh, that might not hit. 17 to hit?
No. Oh, sorry. 17 does hit.
Okay. Prepare your anus. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Plus 5, 9, 13 points of necrotic damage.
All right. How does Grandma want to do this?
Wow.
This time, Grandma grabs him by the throat and then leans in real close, and like her jaw unhinges until her mouth is like this wide, and she begins inhaling, and his just life force comes out of his mouth, and he withers to like a husk.
Mummy style. Love
Yeah.
it.
Harsh.
Okay, and he's gone. It is now Zaxa's turn.
Okay,
What you gonna do, Zakta?
I think I'm gonna do Toll the Dead. I think I'm gonna toll. Oh, whoops. I think I'm gonna do Toll the Dead. I'm trying to figure out what dice I need. Oh, what?
Sure. For
Totally
Tol-
dead without thing to them.
So from where I am, I'm gonna.
Toll the Dead. Let me just have a look. Where is it?
Try and find the D8. Where is it? There it is. Oh, whoops. If they have any hit points missing, then it takes a D12 necrotic damage.
who
Oh,
you-
whoops.
You can't see anyone. Who are you casting it at?
Oh, can I not see anybody?
One
I'm
big guy's
sorry.
down.
Sorry, I kind of
The
realized that.
the one that was kind of trying to goad you is gone, dead.
Okay,
You can't see anyone.
sorry, never mind. I'll dash forward and join the others.
Okay. You want to hold any kind of action? You want to hold Toll the Dead if you see someone?
Oh, yes, please. Yes, I
Okay.
would like to do that.
He's gonna hold. Okay, it is back to Akeem's turn.
I don't think I ever got a turn
Well,
that
damn.
round,
Oh,
Dre.
did I skip you?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was gonna say.
I mean, I lost the foot race to a mummy, so
Sorry,
I probably
sorry.
don't deserve one, but
Haha.
You
Oh,
got
I'm
skills.
I'm so. I don't know why I skipped you. I'm so sorry, Bill.
so that's all right. So
I'm gonna
so
let
do-
you take your turn. I'm gonna let you take your turn.
Thank you. Do I know anything about any other like Duergar like capabilities for? I mean, obviously there could be more in here that are invisible or.
Well, roll a perception check to see if you can notice anything amiss.
No, I have nice shiny boots though.
All right. Would you like to do anything?
I think I'm just gonna move up into the main room and look around that hall and see
The main room here at the hallway.
move up by the mummy and see that door.
Oh, by the
down
mummy. Okay. As you see Durbek move forward, like spikes, iron spikes come out of each of the two doorways in the middle of the room and seal him in there with Grandma. And out of nowhere, another Duergar appears and looks at you and enlarges himself to full size and charges in.
Excellent. Is my turn over, or can I attack him?
That's throwing
I'll-
axes.
I'll let you attack him, but he goes first.
Okay.
So he's going to attack you.
Okay, so I do have to ask, did that pause then make me lose rage and I need to rage again?
Depends. Did you run in or not? Let's say you. Okay. Let's say
well,
you ran in.
The way I described it, I stopped to look around and listen.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. So no, you don't have any rage. 6 plus 4 is 10. Does 10 hit?
No.
Okay. So he misses. He goes wide, but you can attack him back.
I'm raging now.
Okay. Another bonus. Okay. Cool.
And recklessly attacking too.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 24. 23
That hits.
for... I didn't think I'd know this by now. 11, 13 points of damage.
14.
13.
13. What I will also say is you can tell that this one is wearing much, much finer armor than the other ones.
I want it.
And vestments. Like he looks important.
Okay. Bleeds the same as the others, though, right?
Sure. So it is.
Have we lost Zuxa?
Have we?
I think so. Yeah,
She's frozen.
Old person.
Oh, I'll let her know.
She might just be trying to reconnect.
Okay.
I'll make sure that sorry, I just gotta make sure that I'm letting her in if she's trying to reconnect. Okay, there we go. So, you guys see that it's now Rover's turn, right? Because Akeem just went, but we missed Duergar. Yeah. Rover, you saw the things like come up, and you can still see on the other side, but you can't get access.
Yeah. Do I try and help someone force them open, or do I just try and sneak through the gaps as a little creature? I kind of turn to Caliban and I'm like, if I'm allowed to talk to him briefly, be like, do you think we can get them open?
I kind of doubt it.
Thingy.
I didn't hear that.
Caliban.
I kind of doubt it.
So if I can sneak through bars, I should.
That's that. So 1 question, 1 reply is as much as you can do in
No,
combat.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So looking at the bars, like if I turned into something small quickly, I could probably get through.
Yeah.
I can still see through the bars though.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to move up to near the door, and I'm going to cast Entangle on him. It's a cube, so I'll center it so it's not on my allies, obviously, but I'll entangle him so that he's tied down.
Okay.
So that's a strength saving throw from him.
Okay, he does that with advantage.
14 is the DC.
17.
Yeah, no, pass.
Is he? So he's not entangled at all, right?
No, not at all.
Okay. Mary's
But for
got
the
no
duration-
Wi-Fi for some reason.
The duration of the area is difficult terrain.
Okay, cool. And it is now Grandma's turn.
Grandma, again, Dreadful Glare, Rotting Fist.
Dreadful Glare Wisdom save, yeah?
Yep. DC 11.
18. I keep rolling well on the Wisdom saves.
Rotting Fist incoming. 16. 16?
Oh, you're back. Yay. 16 to hit.
Yeah.
16 just hits.
Okay.
I want to keep this one alive to question.
7. Hold on. 10 points of bludgeon damage plus 9 points of necrotic damage. And he needs to make a constitution saving throw.
He's gone.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
She stuffs her fist in his mouth, and then you just see like the veins around his mouth turn black and spread. He's like, and his eyes roll back, and he just like chokes on his own tongue and falls over dead.
I think I came back at the wrong time.
You guys are out of initiative.
I think we're going to have to change the name of the stream to Nana Kills Monsters.
Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nana.
Yeah.
So,
Guys, I think
She's
our
friendly, but she's
think-
really a badass.
I think our party's motto should be "Mama said knock you out."
No, Nana said knock you out.
Nana said knock you out.
So, it seems that for the time being, There's no other Duergar lurking about. You are now out of initiative. Durbik and Nana are on the other side of what's now like a wall that's got, the doorways have got spikes preventing anyone from going through.
There was a lever in this room
There
Dre, when we
was.
first looked. Is that the thing that, does it look like it's the thing that operates the spikes? Can
Possibly. Would you like to try and operate it?
Sure.
So you go up to the lever, and as you push it back up in the upward position from where it was, the spikes disappear. You can tell this was exactly sort of a trap designed to separate members of an attacking party out, to take them out individually.
I would like to search the bodies.
It's very Spartan, so I mean,
They're wearing armor, right? What does the nice armor, the one with nice armor was wearing, look like?
it's just
Kind of armor.
it's really nice scale mail, like
Oh, it's scale.
expensive looking, but other than that, looks.
All right, I strip the Duergar down to their underoos. What do I get?
They don't really have much on them. That's kind of like, you know, pocket full of lint kind of thing. The equipment they have on them. Sort of
Okay, so 3 scale mails, 3 war picks.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And shield.
Okay.
I
So
think
what's the deal with the door there at the end of that short hallway?
You can go and open it. Would you like to do that?
Well, we'll wait for people to get their act together and gather there at the
Before
hallway.
we leave the back room too much, you said there was a sled, an old frosty looking sled. I want to see if there's anything in that,
Okay.
because I believe that maybe that ogre was the pack mule earlier, so there might be something in there. They haven't unloaded it.
Sure. So
Wanna
you
check
want
the cave.
you want to do that? Okay. Anyone? So that's what Rover's doing, and you guys want to do anything else? So that I know what everybody else is doing at the same time.
I'll just listen at the door, I guess.
Okay.
If I have
So,
time, search. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, ignore me.
Durbik, roll a perception check. Rover, roll an investigation check.
17.
My skills.
So Durbik, you're pretty sure that there's no noise whatsoever coming out of the keyhole.
Okay.
19.
19. This is a good sled in good condition. It's got a little bit, it's got snow and ice on it because it was recently used. What you notice is that it's got ropes clearly laid out in a way, basically for the ogre to pull from over his shoulders and drag it behind him.
Wow.
Dubrick,
Yes.
do your people, I don't know, pay for proof of Duergar kill or anything like that? Is there like standing bounties, anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Good idea, but no. I don't think so, Dre, is there?
I mean,
You
I've
I'm
wouldn't
been
sure
rolling-
Durbik, I don't think
yeah.
Durbik would know anyway.
And also, it's like I've been wandering wilderness for most life, never come across Duergar.
Yeah.
For there to be standing orders on bounty, you have to know they're here.
From Caliban's limited knowledge, all he knows is that they hate each other deeply, so it was a uneducated guess.
So is the door locked?
No, it's open. As you push it open, let me just make sure I have it. You enter a small sort of bedroom, basically. Like it's a bedroom / study. There's a stone carved bed and desk occupying this really drab room. You can tell that they don't really care where they live. It's just a place. Atop the desk are several shards of dark crystal. It looks like black ice, as well as crumpled up pieces of paper and a burlap sack draped over a glowing object that emits colored light that shifts from blue to green to red.
Kim, Zuxa, there's something in here you might want to see.
Oh, great! So I run for the door, and I get to the door sort of, and look in, and sort of scope the room, and just and sort of say behind me back to everyone, make sure you just be careful about touching what the other items with your hands. I don't know if we should be I don't know if we should be picking up this ice. I think we should be putting this in something else, or the black crystals.
Can
would
I
follow
use
that
the
path.
war picks as like chopsticks, like big chopsticks?
I mean, I'm gonna make you roll a dexterity check with disadvantage if you wanna try and do that.
I was just going to say I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just so that while everyone's doing things, you can...
So
I run in to follow along
cool.
with Zuxa.
So Rover, what you notice is that the cloth over whatever is glowing with light also pops up as definitely magical. The ice is shimmering strangely. It's got a magical nature of some kind, but it's not quite the same as what you usually see.
Just looking at the room, am I able to actually see this heirloom that we're looking for in the first place, just based on just a quick, like, is it leaning up against a wall or a corner or any?
Is it the thing that's shining under the?
Yeah,
the thing
that's
that's
what I was
shining
about
under
to say.
the
Do
cloth?
you want to pull the cloth off?
I will pull the cloth off with the war pick. I'll try to sort of hook under the cloth and pull up.
And it's quite clearly the lantern that was described to you.
Right.
Is there any writing on the paper that's crumpled up?
It is. Do you pick it up?
This paper, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just a picture from the outside of the fort and then like a Kiro.
What you see written in charcoal in Dwarvish is the letter that reads as follows. Brother, you will find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Shadowland continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land. Dearth. Dearth is the name. Signs Dearth.
Like D-U-R-T-H, Dearth?
Yeah.
And what, Shadowlin, what was the hunt for what?
Shardalyn. Chardalyn. Zuxa, roll an Arcana or History check.
Okay.
Whatever's better.
Okay. So it's 15.
15? Okay, so you have heard of this, Shardalyn. Let me get the description for a second. You don't know too much, but you remember reading that about 100 years ago, a wizard named Akar Kessel had found an artifact infused with some sort of demonic magic and had created a black tower in Icewind Dale out of it. And that somehow this tower was destroyed and that the magic from it had kind of made the surrounding ice magical and infused it with special power.
Interesting.
That's as much as you remember. You do remember there being more information about this. That's all you remember.
I make sure to tell the others that this is something that I recall finding somewhere, so that they're aware of it as well.
And is Shardalin the name of the tower?
Shardalyn is the name of the compound, this kind of magically infused ice.
As a resident who's lived here in the area his whole life, would I have heard this story? Would I be like, oh, like that?
Well, roll a history check, but you probably would have heard of it. You might not know the name of the stuff, but you would have heard of the tower.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't, but like I might like I'd be like, oh, I remember there was this story about it. Yeah, that's a 12.
Yeah, so based on that and based on some of the information you remember, you know that this stuff can be dangerous. But that's all you know. Like, you haven't encountered a
I
person.
wasn't asking
Sure.
about it. I was just saying,
So,
like,
you know the history of the tower and the wizard and stuff. Yeah.
So I think you said
and
there were
a certain
burlap.
dark elf that helped out with that.
I think you said there were burlap sacks in here. Do they have the other things that we heard pilfered from the town?
If you toss, so you're going through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find a small coin purse stuffed into the bedroll of the person here, whose name you don't know. The purse contains 24 gold pieces and 17 silver pieces.
Anything else? None of the other items that were reported stolen from the town?
Not in this room.
Any other exits out of this room?
No, not that you can see.
Any trapdoors or anything in the floor?
Roll an investigation check.
I would be assisting him with this.
So, just to let you know, off the main room, the main hallway, I didn't have enough pieces to make. There's 2 corridors going out both of the other sides. Okay.
So
out
roll
of here and out of here, there's 2 corridors that go at an angle, which you'd realize is kind of hugging the side of the face of the mountain.
Okay.
I'm gonna heal myself to full with lay on hands, and then I'm gonna try the left corridor.
So hang on a second. With the advantage from Rover's help, I got a 15 investigation.
You scour through the room, but you can't seem to find any kind of trapdoors or anything of that sort.
So,
Go,
to
Caliban.
the left. Everybody to the left.
I'm trying the left corridor.
Left coming which way? So left.
Left facing out from the door. So, if one is standing looking outwards from the now drawn up drawbridge, that left.
Okay, so towards the cages.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you follow that corridor and you come up to another door after about 10-20 feet.
Can I check for traps?
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
I am just popping to the loo very quickly. I'll be back momentarily.
5.
It doesn't seem to be trapped.
I try the door.
You open the door and it's you realize that this is the other side of the overlook. It's a large, nearly empty room where snow has drifted into the corners. There's 3 barred openings that overlook out. You can just faintly make into the distance your sleds.
Okay, anything else of interest in this room? Having a look around, I know these guys are Spartan, but just double checking.
On the other side, there is basically a staircase that goes up into another room of some kind.
I'm gonna try that staircase.
Is anyone else following, by the way?
I think we're all going.
I'll
I would like to try to be quiet doing this.
Roll for stealth.
Okay, so that's a 6, and that's a 7. So
Okay.
7.
You reach
No,
this.
8. 8.
Okay. You reach another room, and it's basically an armory, quite clearly. There's piles of equipment pushed against the wall of this room. In the southern end of the chamber, an open hatch reveals a route leading underground.
Sweet. How much stuff is in here?
There's 2 suits of scale mail, 2 steel shields, 3 war picks, 9 javelins, 2 climbers kits, and 4 mess kits.
All right, everyone, make room in your luggage.
That's quite a lot of stuff to carry.
yes,
but
that's good. Yeah.
I'm taking everything. Okay, is the steel shield
Yes, I
better
know,
than
detect
my
magic.
shield?
But the weight of it, I'm not sure
Sorry,
we can get it back.
Ben, I can't hear you, Ben.
Detect magic will still be running. Just
Okay,
FYI, I
yep,
think.
cool.
Just-
Nothing magically pops up in here.
We can probably load it on that other sled and
Yeah.
pull it behind the dogs because we're under load on the
On one of them,
sleds. I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say to them in character. Guys,
To the
this
main
is
character,
well
to
made
Akeem.
armor. To in character. What?
Oh, I thought you said to the min character. I thought you forgot his name.
No, I will say to them in character.
In character, sorry.
I say, guys, this is well-made armor. It's probably gonna sell for not a small amount. I know it's big and heavy, but
Yeah.
No, we
This-
should take it. I agree. Like we should definitely.
question though, is the steel shield better than my shield? Do I know?
It's it would just be a shield from the equipment list. Is it? So if it's better, no, I don't think
Does
so.
it look cooler?
Fine Duergar craftsmanship.
It looks very
Yeah.
solid, very well built.
I'm keeping the steel shield then.
Okay.
But everything else we can load onto the. Okay, I'm gonna make a list of it in the in my sort of equipment separate, and we just assume it's on the sleds. Let's take the time to put it on the sleds. So run me through again. Three scale.
on the sleds that are out of this building, or are you are you going back to do this, which would take you probably
Let's
half an
keep
hour,
going.
or
Let's keep going.
Well, let's
Just
keep
because-
going.
Let's make sure there's no more Duergar, and then we call
Good
Salsa,
call.
veg.
Yeah.
call,
that's
good
the
call.
difference.
So
I'm not letting this all the
slight-
way back outside.
Sorry, one at a time, please.
Sorry.
Bill?
I am slightly confused because we went upstairs,
Mm.
and now there's a tunnel underground from this room. So it's like
There's a
back into the mountain.
Yeah, there's a hatch that goes straight down. The tunnel
we
is
just-
like straight down.
But we came upstairs to get to this room, right?
Yeah. Yeah, upstairs.
Okay, so it must be offset, and it's back into the mountain or something.
The tunnel
Because otherwise,
goes,
the tunnel straight down would go to
Yeah.
the room we just came out of. That's what I'm confused about.
No. So the stairs go up. You know, like the difference in levels probably about 5 feet from the room that you were in to the other room, going eastwards.
Yeah.
The room is rectangular, and basically on the south side of the room is
Okay.
a small hatch that goes
Good.
straight down into the ground. Okay, you want to follow it?
I think so. What do you
What I
guys
will
think?
do beforehand, though, is leave the stuff I looted off the Duergar in this room, the other scale mail and shields and stuff, just because it's really fucking heavy and I don't want to carry it around more than I
Alright.
have to.
You follow this tunnel. You know, you kind of climb down. It's quite narrow, and you kind of go down and follow it along. The level, you go down about 20 feet into the mountain floor, basically, and you follow the tunnel for about 60 feet, and you reach a point where it goes up straight up again. This time, raising probably 40 or 50 feet upwards. Keep going.
Yeah?
Okay, who's
Sure.
first? Who's ahead?
I'll
Rubik,
go
or-
first because
Alright.
shit bounces off me a bit better.
I'll
Okay.
bring up the rear.
Calvin, you open another sort of wooden hatch and you emerge into what you can tell is the stone bunker that you got fired at when you first approached.
Are there like 50 Duergar pointing crossbows at my head?
It's currently empty, but this is where the guy that fired on you. Actually, the crossbow. There's a crossbow, a heavy crossbow on the floor,
Nice.
but it's otherwise empty. It's about 30 foot each side. You know, it's a square. It's almost a square.
I'm taking the heavy crossbow.
But it otherwise looks empty. It's just got slits looking out once again into the valley. You can tell. You can still see the sleds.
So back up through the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go, Bill. I was trying to figure it out as well.
I think we're back up through that room, down the stairs into the room that was on the left-hand corridor,
Chamber.
back
Yeah.
through the main entranceway, and out the door that was on the right.
Okay. You
As
do-
we're walking, I say to the others, how do we feel about making this our base of operations?
Have you ever seen a Soviet building?
It could use some love, sure. We buy some throw pillows, a nice rug. Do it up a bit.
Oh, my team dropped out for a second there.
Again, I like camping outside. Don't need to see. It's your city folk that need the buildings.
Yeah, it keeps
Alright,
kicking
so-
me out.
Out that corridor on the right, I think, Dre.
Okay, just a second. I'm gonna show you guys what you see. So what you've seen so far. I'm just gonna pop it. I'm gonna pop it on the. Sorry, I'm just gonna pop it on the iMessage chat first. I'll send it on Discord for Ben in a second. Just to get you a better idea.
Got it.
Okay, so sending it to Ben as well. Just 1 second. Just because I saw Mary's face going like, I don't think what you're describing is correct.
No, I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to figure out where we were, yeah, I just wanted to know how many things we had explored, I guess, at that point.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just trying to remember what day it is.
You guys have been in Icewind Dale about 10 days exactly now, which is, in this kind of world, it's like a week.
It's a long ass time.
Caliban, I agree with you. If we needed a fortified location, this would be great.
So
But I'm
you,
guessing that the Duergar are going to come back to find out what happened to their outpost.
Exactly. Would we rather be facing them out there or in here?
We'd rather be facing them 100 miles away.
I'm with Dervick on this one.
I say the same.
Sorry. I was going to say, Caliban, you really wanted to get to East Haven before, and now that we have evidence of crime there, you don't want to go to East Haven.
I want to go to East Haven. I'm saying we find a way to make sure this is still here when we get back.
We can't just leave Nana to take care of it.
Why not? Why not?
What?
Badass. Like, we've seen what Nana can do, and Nana ain't. Nana was bad back in the day.
And Nana don't play.
Okay, so you guys reach the other door. There's another door. Similarly, it's a corridor that's probably 20, 30 feet long, and there's a door at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to just go through it?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
This chamber appears to be a cell block lined with stone doors that have a small bar window set into them at dwarf eye height. Snow and wind enter the room through a barred window in the northeast corner that looks out towards the snow-covered bunker that guards the main entrance. Do you want to walk in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. As you walk in, 5 of the cells on the southern side pop open, and out come what at first look, Duergar, you kind of recognize them as what should be reghead nomads.
Yeah.
So that they're wearing the right clothes. They're kind of barbarians of the north. But there's something wrong. They kind of have almost like, you know when bread's gone moldy and you forgot it for so long that there's bits of spores that grow out like fingers, like hair. They're coming out of their mouths, their ears, and their eyes. They breathlessly open their mouth as if to say something, but no sound comes out, and they start to come towards you. I need you all to roll for initiative.
Hey.
All of us?
That's cocked.
Yep. They're coming to attack you.
Natural 1.
Natural 1? All right.
19, mother...
So, can you
15.
hold the number for a second, because I'm going to forget whilst I make sure that I put the right amount of monsters in the encounter.
Don't worry. I'll remind you.
Who designs a cell block so when you walk in, the doors pop open? That's pretty weird.
Try.
Rover, that's too blurry. It looks like 11, but you gotta move the camera thing back.
Yeah, it is 11. Again, I wrote it very small on a scrap paper.
5. Okay. Save. Run. Auto roll initiative. Zaxa got 1, did she?
Yeah, I got a 1 on the dice, and that makes 3.
Okay. 19. Who was 19? I heard
Akeem.
Akeem's 19.
This bad mother
Doing well.
right here. This guy.
Speedball.
In case you wondered, I just wanted you to know that it was me that got 19. I don't normally get this number, so I'm gonna just enjoy it while I still got it.
15 from Caliban, modified 1 from Nana.
Sorry, how much Caliban?
15.
15. Rover?
11.
11. And Duergar?
10.
10. Alrighty. So it's their turn first. I'm gonna do a theater of the mind because I didn't know if you'd reach this room and I wasn't prepared. So it's gonna be in our imagination. I'm gonna describe it as well as possible. The room is, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 20 feet deep from the door to where the cells opened, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50 feet across. Okay. The guys rush right at you, and so who was in front? Caliban, right?
I would have been in front, yeah.
So the first 2 reach you, and they try to hit you. So that'll be.
Oh, Shield of Faith is down. Let me just mark that. Sorry, go ahead.
They've got advantage. Actually, no, they don't, do they? Hold on.
I suggest
Sorry, folks. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, sure.
Get back to. I suggest we go back through the doorway, and I put something on the doorway so that they don't.
22.
That hits.
Causing 7 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
And 9.
Miss.
Okay.
So there's 5 of them total, or there's...
5 of them total. 2 on
Copy
you.
that.
The other 2 are going... Who was behind?
I would assume I would be close to the front.
Okay, so Durbik, 2 of them are coming to you.
Okay.
Does 10 hit?
Nope.
And so they both miss.
Aw.
The last one will go for whoever was third in line. Who's the third in line?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Maybe me.
That is 11 to hit.
No.
Okay, so it's now gone. Their turn gone, and it's Akeem's turn. We'll wait for him for a sec. By the way, you guys are fairly close to finishing this dungeon, so if everyone's happy, we continue until it's cleared up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long as men can
Come back.
Question, would I have had time to throw up a divine sense as they were approaching?
Sure. You do not sense any undeath or devilry. They don't. They don't light up.
They're just moldy, not undead.
As they're attacking me, I yell, "It's called toothpaste, okay? It's not expensive."
It's Akeem's turn. By the way, Akeem.
I keep coming in all at the wrong times.
So what you're seeing in front of you is 2 of these strange kind of moldy humans. By the way, like now that they're close, you can see that they've almost got little mushrooms growing out of their skin. There's 2 of them attacking Durbik, 2 of them on Caliban, and 1's attacking Rover at the moment. You and Zaxa are sort of behind with Grandma. Just
Cool. So,
By the way, something I've noticed is you try to not hit people with your spells. As part of the rules, that's not a problem. You don't have to worry about it in most cases. It's assumed.
okay.
It's assumed that you would kind of duck, next to them or something. I would tell you if there was too much obstruction for you to see.
I'm just very cautious, okay?
Yeah.
I like my team, and I don't want to make sure they get hurt.
That's fine. That's
I'm gonna
fine.
need their help later on. Yes.
Yeah. Assume the DM will warn you that you can't do it without.
You
Yeah.
could not be too safe, Rover.
No.
Again,
Like
I've had fireballs dropped on my, Dex 8 character. Like
exactly. You've had firebolts, on your deck.
no,
eight
not
character.
firebolts.
If they asked,
Fireballs.
they would. Yeah, right. Fine. I know you're right. Okay, so I'm gonna try and see if I can free up Rover because there's only 1 on him and 2 on the other 2. So I figure
Okay.
if I free him first, then he can help me help the other 2. So I am going to cast. Actually, how far away am I from the ones that are attacking Rover? Am I pretty close to him?
You're about 5 feet. So he's directly in front of you, like as if you were just
Okay.
behind him, and they're just in front of him.
Okay, in that case, can I dash up to where he is and use my daggers?
Sure. Okay. Like that's not quite your strongest thing. Are you sure you want to? I'm happy for you to do it.
I mean,
You can
I mean,
cast a spell that's more
Do you
powerful.
do you sort of like this?
all right. Fine.
I love it. No, I love it. I'm happy for you to do that.
Do you just go?
Yeah, I was thinking I just go a little crazy
Okay,
with this
cool,
stabbing, but,
cool. Roll
but
roll to hit with your dagger. That's fine. I just
decided yet, right? But,
Okay.
usually when the DM suggests something, it's probably the better way to go. So I'm gonna go with shocking grasp because
Okay.
I'm gonna dash up to them and I'm gonna use that
cool.
because there's only 1.
Only 1 next to Rover. Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll to hit.
Is that hit DC, right?
Well, for shocking grasp, I think it's next to it. If you go
Which
into
is
the
the
spells.
1d8, right? Yeah.
No, the one next to it. So hold on. I'm going on your character sheet so I can see what you can see.
Yeah, I've
And
got 2 boxes.
D&D
One
Beyond
says
has
plus
crashed on me.
6. That's okay.
Goddamn.
Well, there's 2 boxes.
Yeah,
One that
the
says
one
plus
that the one that
6.
says +6. Roll that first.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Okay,
which
sorry.
is 22. That's okay.
Yep, that definitely
16
hits.
plus 6.
Cool. So you reach out and grab the wrist of this creature, and you smell the ozone in the air, everybody else, as you see blue arcs of electricity go from his hands into this creature, and kind of some of the spores on this sort of poor ex-human's head just pop from the electricity as he's like shocked. And how much damage do you do? Roll for damage.
Great question. So for damage, it is 7.
Oof. It's pretty singed. It's very close to death. Okay, and it's now Caliban's turn.
Okay, there's one that looks pretty... Actually, just hang on, just thinking for a moment. Bonus action, Shield of Faith again.
Okay.
Use my last spell slot. And I'm gonna try to finish off the one Hakim just stabbed.
You got 2 that are directly engaged with you. Yeah, okay, you can do that, but there's 2 right in front of you, but sure. So roll to hit.
To action, 16.
Yeah, they're only wearing sort of very light armor made out of pelts, so that hits. Roll for damage.
6 points of slashing damage.
And he just kind of falls to the ground as a cloud of just kind of almost moldy smell, kind of mushroomy smell, just kind of puffs out of him.
And as my last like yelling thing, I yell to Nana, "Kill anything with gross stuff coming out of their mouths."
Sorry, what did you say? Say it again.
Kill anything with gross stuff coming out of their mouth.
Okay, sure.
How about just anything
not a
that's not
motherfuckers
in our
out there.
party?
Yeah.
With that description.
Rover, it's your turn.
I tried to make it as specific as I could.
I'm sorry, I'm a little tipsy because this is now like number 4. So you're gonna get a whole lot of responses out of me that you're not used to. So
Wild shape direwolf.
embrace that
Okay, cool.
Whoa.
Just looking up, just quickly googling the stats quickly.
So
So again,
then-
this thing's tried to take a swipe at me, and I'm just gone. Oh hell no! Essentially.
Cool. When you were away, by the way, I just asked everybody. This is quite close to being finished. This dungeon, so we can keep going. If you got the time, we can keep going until it's cleared, and I'll tell you and then finish. Or otherwise, if you got to run, we could finish at 5 exactly.
No.
Okay.
Also, just as a side note, he said we're about to finish this dungeon. Now, I understand that we've seen quite a lot of the dungeon part of things. What the hell are the damn dragons? Because
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here, man. You don't want to meet the dragons.
You really
level
should not be
4.
asking that. Can I slap Hakim on the back of the head? Shut your mouth.
But the logic still makes sense.
Yes, it
We
does.
haven't
Dungeons and dragons, and I have seen no motherfucking dragons yet.
I swear to God, Hakim, I will throw you to these assholes and leave you here.
Just remember
Okay, hang on.
who Grandmama's best friend is.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yep.
That's right.
Don't
Sorry.
you worry. There's
So
plenty
I've
of
wild
dragons in
shaped
this
into a
adventure.
wolf,
Oh. Oh no.
biting down on it. 22 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits. You hitting the ones that were engaged with
DC
Duergar or the ones that were engaged with
Oh, the
Caliban?
one that was engaged with me, the one that tried to take a swipe at me. That was nearly dead.
But that one's been killed by Caliban for some
Oh, no,
reason.
that's fine then. One of the ones by Caliban then to
Okay.
return the favor.
Cool.
And it needs to make a DC 13 Strength saving throw.
Ooh.
Shit.
Strength saving throw.
26. Just while I'm rolling.
Fails.
Cool. So it is now prone,
Okay.
and takes 11 piercing damage.
Yeah. As your jaws close around its neck and chomp hard, like the life goes out of its eyes immediately.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And I think there's a mouthful of viscera, like in my mouth, and I just gotta go and spit it out.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
doesn't
moldy.
taste right.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
But I spit it out of my mouth.
Duergar, it's your turn.
I'm going to wild shape into a raging barbarian. and attack with the great axe. Now, I didn't really call this out in the last session, but if you're fighting a monster within 5 feet of me while I'm raging, you get advantage on your attacks.
Oh.
It's a special power he has.
Yeah.
That is a 16. Nope, 18.
That definitely hits.
11 points of damage.
Okay, you cleave him in half. He's gone.
Oh. Cleft him in twain.
And it's now Zaxa's turn.
Ooh. So I'm gonna help Duergar. Am I within 5 feet of him?
Yes.
Can I please blast him with my Eldritch Blast at full force?
Roll to hit.
Ooh, that's not great. Wait. Okay, so 15 on the dice.
That hits. So you curve the ball, it goes above your friends and strikes down into him. Roll for damage.
Or just Duergar short. So
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Just
I was just trying to flavor her spell sniper feat.
no, that's fair.
So it takes 9 points of damage. Wait, has it already got? Wait. No, 9 points of damage.
And it's like
Force damage.
on death's door. Like it hits it really hard and kind of half of the face is gone. And it looks like, now that you can see a little bit of inside of it, it just looks like something that's, well, it doesn't look like flesh anymore. It almost looks like a mushroom. And it's now their turn. The one that's almost gone is going to try and attack Duergar with his spear. And he's going to miss. And there's one left with Caliban. It's going to try and spear him and miss. Do you guys want to... You want to go through let's go through the motions. Oh well. Akeem, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to cast Burning Hands.
Oh yeah.
Burning Hands.
All right.
Burning Hands.
Burning up on burning.
Okay, so that's a dex save for me.
Just gonna sizzle him.
Okay, are these
Fail.
You're damn right. We gonna be cooking up in this month.
Fail. All right. So Akeem steps kind of besides his friends out, puts his hands out, and you see a torrent of flame once again. You're now familiar with this. Just shoot out, and just you can't quite see past the flames because it's so bright. And then it just lasts for like a couple of seconds, and when it stops, there's nothing left on the floor, basically. They're gone.
Wow.
not
No bonus.
not to try and give
So
things
bad.
away too much, but if I was to say that I had a friend called Mike and he was annoyed as to what these creatures were,
Sure. Yep.
this is Ben asking, not Carrot. Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. I'll say no more.
You're now out of combat.
So I doubt there's going to be any luxurious treasures in the jail cells, but we should check them out anyway.
Yeah, we should. And the right
So
corridor.
Oh, they're dead
Duergar
already?
and,
Okay, cool.
and Zuxa are all about the dollar.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about
I'm not mad
trying
at
to
it.
find stuff.
I'm not-
So you
Wait,
there's 3 more cells as well, which are on the eastern edge, as well as a set of stairs that goes up to another room. You inspect each of the cells, and you can tell that the 5 of them on the south side had been inhabited by these, barbarians. Duergar, you could swear that at least one of them you might have seen it once in the past somewhere. Like, you seem to kind of recognize their face. You didn't know him personally, but you could swear it was him.
Alas, Yorick.
Rover.
The other 3 cells are completely empty, and they look like they never held anything.
Oh, Rover's still in wolf form? Never mind.
Up the stairs?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hakeem. Maybe torch the bodies. I don't want whatever infected these guys to come after us or spread.
He burned like his burning hands took away, like literally disintegrated them.
All of them?
I point to the ashes and go, what do you want me to burn?
I thought there were a couple like the one I had decapitated that were on.
But they were in the path of the burning hands.
Okay,
So.
okay. Just making sure.
So as you climb up the stairs, you climb up the stairs and you see small rooms flanking a central common area where crates and sacks are stashed against the west wall. The doors of the two southern rooms are open and each room empty except for a tattered bedroll and a chair. From behind the closed doors of the northern rooms, you hear the faint sound of snoring.
Can I very quickly and quietly strip my armor off?
That will take a long time.
Okay,
Neither quick nor quiet.
in that case, I'm gonna try and sneak into the room where I hear the snoring.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
It's like, I can't say anything. Durbit can speak to me, no one else can.
Okay, 10.
Does Caliban make noise as he's moving? Does he make kind of like a chicken? You know how you're moving?
Basically, yep.
So when he's doing stealth, he's like,
Yep. Exactly.
like it's just sort of squeaking ever so slightly.
I still rolled a 10.
Alright. So
We're all doing that yourself, so don't worry.
trying really hard not to jingle, you open the door, and what you see is another a Duergar, much similar to the ones you dispatched earlier, asleep in his armor on the bed. This looks like a private room, like like a barracks room.
I wouldn't have time to ask if we want to question him. Can I do a non-fatal strike? Oh, can I take the war pick, blunt end, and try to do a non-fatal strike? Like, knock him out.
Sure. I mean,
I think you can just declare a blow to be non-fatal.
yeah, basically. And you can, according to the rules as written, you can declare it after you've hit. Like, you don't have to do it ahead of time anyway.
Can I declare it to be non-fatal and still do Legacy of Avernus?
Yeah, it's a magical.
No.
If the smite or that damage is still lethal, you can't banish a smite or a fire damaging sword and have that damage be non-lethal. But
fine. I'll just try to do non-lethal attack then.
All right. I would say roll. He's sleeping. I'm gonna count that as.
Technically paralyzed.
Yeah, technically paralyzed. I'm gonna count that as a critical, basically, if you hit, and you have advantage because he's not moving.
All right. I'm gonna do 2 hands on the sword then.
with the flat of the blade.
All right. The first one was a 6, and the second one was a 17. For a total. Yeah.
That hits, and it's a critical.
So 2d10. 2. That's fell off the table. 11 plus 15 points of damage.
Sorry, 15.
Yeah.
So whack right across the top of his head. It really rings his like you can see it swaying, but the eyes open, unfocused, and he looks at you with anger and says, "Bliad dermo."
I whack again. Do I have time to whack again?
Well, roll a die. Let's see if he gets a chance to do anything first.
Yes.
So we must have heard that by this point.
Huh?
We must have heard the hack, the initial sting,
Yeah.
and then
Doom.
we must have kind of clicked forward a little faster as shuffled forward all of us. Just
What did you roll, Romeo, on a d20? Straight d20.
17.
All right, so you have a chance to hit him once more.
Okay. Is he still considered prone?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you still like he hasn't moved yet. You still have advantage. It's not a critical though.
Fair, totally fair. That's a natural 1, and oh no! That's a 7 for a total of 13.
Okay, nope.
Fuck.
So he, I would say he go. Oh no, he would. Yeah, he would. You see him enlarge himself, like, and basically fall off the bed as he gets to become nearly 10 foot tall, and his hammer grows with him, and he swings at you.
Is Shield of Faith still up? It's up for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
23.
That hits.
2d8 worth of damage.
Constitution saving throw. Natural 20.
7 plus 1. That's
Shield of Faith is still up.
8 plus. That's 10 points of damage.
I can take that.
Now you guys can come into the room and do other stuff. You would have heard this.
Should we roll initiative just for the sake of?
Yeah, roll initiative just
for the sake of, or like at least
Just-
declare an order if we want to charge in.
yeah,
I don't care.
just to make it easier.
13.
16.
Ooh,
My luck is turning, bitches.
18.
Yeah. Can we work on a homebrew spell called Sleeping Smite? That you consider, it's like considered non-lethal.
That's
And
going to be a 19 for Rover
19.
Ingolf.
and Caliban.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we were rolling.
Oh,
In.
well, yeah, you
Oh,
rolled.
a 17.
You had
for-
okay.
I was going to say just make the make Caliban 21 and make them like have gone first, and then we just continuing the initiative.
Sure,
order.
sure. It's now Rover's turn. You're still in dog form.
Yeah, still in direwolf
Wolf
form.
form, yeah.
So.
Cool. You
Right
get
on
pack. You get pack tactics, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't worry. I did not forget that last time. That'll be two of the exact same number. So no help. +5. That'll be a 14 to hit.
That misses. So it doesn't quite get through the scale mail armor.
Yeah. I like to think that I just missed. Like I tried to jump up and get it in the neck, and it just
Yeah.
I just went over it.
Zaxa, it's your turn.
Oh, can I use Toll the Dead?
Yes.
I want to use. Oh, wait, yeah, I can use it because it's not a spell. So I can. Okay, Jonathan, I was thinking. Yeah, so I'd like to use.
If you guys end up
Oh,
killing
yeah,
your
at
enemies,
this
so
point-
pissed.
Oh, 19s. Hang on. So.
Toll the Dead is a saving throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toll the Dead, I have
Oh,
to
sorry.
roll.
Sorry.
So I have to roll. Okay, so then I have to beat a 14. Wisdom. Okay, whew. He does beat it.
So that's no damage.
Yeah, so no damage. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So
You guys hear this kind of like dong, but doesn't seem to have any effect. Like you see the dwarf resist it.
Was it louder than the sound I made on his skull?
No.
Similar, but this one was more in tune. That one was a bit more clunk. It is now Caliban just went, didn't he? So
Oh, right, I forgot to roll for Grandma.
it's Akim's turn.
So
Grandma
I'm
rolled
gonna-
16.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Do I need to roll for that?
I need to roll, I believe.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a saving throw.
And what's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 12.
So you see suddenly this large Duergar that's been quite heavily damaged, like clearly, like his eyes are still a bit unfocused. He's going to try and reach, like come up to you and try to hit you, but you see him kind of just suddenly strain against an invisible force, It's as if, have you ever done the whole thing where you're playing with a little kid and you just hold his forehead and hold him at bay kind of thing, and he's trying to get, it's like that, but with his whole body, he's straining, like the veins in his neck are pulsing, but he can't move. It's now the other Duergar's turn from the other room that breaks open
Ruh-roh.
and sees you guys from the back, and he charges. Who would have been last, like towards the room out of the back?
Grandma.
For future reference, Akeem spell save is 14, not 12.
Oh, my bad.
You don't roll for a fixed stat for all your spells.
Oh, my bad. I thought I said 14. My bad.
I thought he did. Okay.
I thought he said 12. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry.
So
Check your connection.
I'm gonna say because Durbik was less than initiative, he's at the rear with Graham, but he's gonna attack Durbik. So roll to hit, and misses. It is now Durbik's turn. Someone just tried to take a swing at you from the back. You felt it.
I hate that. But I'm really chill about it because I'm out of rages for today. I did, however, roll a dirty 20 to hit him.
Okay, that hits. Roll for damage.
11 points of damage.
Oof. Right away, it slices through his scale mail and splits it open and kind of cuts a deep gash into his chest. He's not happy at all. Okay, it's back to Caliban.
All right, I'll use just free action and verbal to command Grandma to attack the one that just attacked Dubrick.
Okay, she turns around and go for your attacks.
Cool. So she's gonna do Death Stare first, DC 11 Wisdom saving throw.
He's our first fail on the.
How much did he fail by?
He rolled a 3.
So if he fails by 5 or more, he is paralyzed for a minute.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, until the end of the mummy's next turn. He's paralyzed until the end of the mummy's next turn.
Does Grandma still attack?
Yep. So he is paralyzed, so she gets to attack with advantage, and it's an automatic crit. I think.
God. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Oh shit! They're that. Okay, so rolled off the table. Okay. That's 17
to hit. That hits.
All right. Brace yourself.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's 13 points of bludgeoning damage plus.
That's wild.
9, 10, plus 16 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, he's gone. Do you want to describe what Grandma does?
Yeah.
There was no even description of what
he's gone.
happened.
He's
It's
gone.
just he's gone.
He's so gone, like it's not even funny.
That was
Grandma
Look at the
grabs
description.
him. Grandma just grabs his lower jaw and his upper jaw and just
That's horrifying.
opens his mouth and he like a lotus flower.
Ooh.
Oh.
As this grisly
I still get
scene
my turn.
happens, the other one is currently under the effects of hold person. It is completely at your mercy.
I will flat end of the sword, baseball bat style. I will do a non-lethal strike.
Okay, cool.
And as I swing the sword, I hum da 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 da. Natural 20.
Yep. Unless you roll like a 1, I'm pretty sure he's.
One question: with an automatic crit, does a natural 20 do anything on top of that, or is it just the same, or is it a super?
It's the same. Effects
Okay.
don't say.
Wow, I rolled a 3 and a 1 on the die, plus 4, 8 points of bludgeon damage.
How much did you cause the first time? Do you remember?
14.
It didn't record it, so 14.
Was it 14, guys?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
8. Oh, he's looking very beat up, but he's not gone.
I rolled so bad on that.
Does attacking him during hold person make it break out? Does it stop, or does he roll?
Does he get to make it doesn't usually make things break, it usually just means he gets another save, but do double check the description.
At the end of each turn, doesn't say I get an.
No, that's fine. It was just the end of each turn, and that's
Yeah.
what it is.
So he's still paralyzed, and he's like nearly gone.
That's
But
all I can do.
And it's now Rover's turn.
Whole person. Who cast the whole person? Oh no, that's right.
Akeem.
Rover, do you
I
want to
don't
attack?
It's unusual because he didn't
Yes.
burst into flame, but it was.
Yeah, no, strange. Yes, I will be. I'll do another bite if I can bite non-lethally, like around the back of the neck.
Yeah, sure.
We don't know what he's doing.
I would like to non-lethally bite his neck,
Like around the back, so it's like it'll like cripple him, but it
where
won't.
his
You know,
spinal cord is.
no, I'm
Sure.
not gonna break the bone. I'm just trying to like, squeeze a little bit of blood out.
Just taking the mic.
I know.
Quick question for the group: why are we being all non-lethal all of a sudden? Like after after we've been killing everything left, right,
We
and
want to
center.
interrogate.
All right. I mean,
That was a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
That's going to be.
And it's a crit, by the way, so because
Cool.
of
Yeah, so it's going to be 10 plus 4, so 14 plus my thing. I have way too many tabs open. That'll be 18 non-lethal piercing damage.
So you see Rover jump up onto this huge creature. It almost looks like a normal-sized dog and its master in terms of size because of the large, gigantic direwolf next to a gigantic dwarf. Like the visual is quite weird to your eyes. It almost looks normal. But as he bites and the Duergar loses consciousness and suddenly shrinks back down to being a normal-sized dwarf, and he's like basically hanging like off the floor in the jaws of the direwolf.
Excellent.
Oh.
And you're now out of combat. He's unconscious.
I tie him up quick as I can.
Okay.
So we'll toss the other rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to.
I will watch him while you guys toss the other rooms.
Cool.
Okay.
You can anyone that's searching, roll an investigation check.
I'm just going to be I'm literally going to be doggy guarding.
16.
Okay.
6.
7.
7.
7.
So,
Good bad
I
shit.
mean, you guys quickly find crates and sacks in the main room, and Duergar kind of figures out where everything is in terms of what's inside them, and finds basically the missing items from the village. You guys find basic supplies, blankets, rations, rope, and other equipment, but also a small sack containing the stolen valuables: 25 pearls. Carved into decorative beads, about 5 gold apiece kind of worth. Another sack containing 3 daggers, a set of woodcarver's tools, a set of navigator's tools, a fishing tackle, a potion of healing, and a leather pouch with 73 silver pieces. I believe only the pearls and are the ones that are from the stolen valuables. The rest of the items were not on. I don't know if it doesn't say. It's quite weird how it's phrased, the sentence. I'm not sorry. I'm not sure whether all these items are ones you have to give back or not. I'll have to try and figure that out. The sentence structure implies that it's only the pearls.
Anything special about the
Shit
daggers?
back.
They just look like daggers, or are they?
They just look like relatively well-crafted daggers, but nothing special about them.
While this is going on, I will put a point of lay on hands into the Duergar to wake him up. He should be tied. I'm also gonna get Nana to take her hood off and show her true face. But I'm gonna sit the Duergar so he's facing away from Nana, at least when he wakes up.
Okay.
So wait, are you unwinding Nana's head? Is that what's happening?
Not that true.
I just don't know.
Not that true. Just taking the.
Just taking the hood, like a.
That's exactly what my mind.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking,
Shit's about to get real, huh?
I hope some of Nana's face does peek through, right? Like she's got like it's not completely wrapped.
eyes maybe.
I thought we could only see eyes and a mouth.
Yeah, I thought it was like
everything
mummy
else
mouth.
was like
Yeah,
wrapped
but the
up.
mouth looks like rotted around the lips, right? It looks like
Yeah, but like
right. Okay, that's
obviously the rest is still like
fine.
bandaged.
But at this point, she's sort of
Or at
covered
least-
in blood. Covered,
Yeah.
like the winding around here is all bloody.
Fungus and
animated
Yeah, she's
mold.
not
and-
upright.
A few strands of her like bindings are just sort of flapping out now, so we're tucking them in and straightening it up,
Just neating everything.
so it doesn't completely
And we
unravel.
just-
all right. Pumping 1 point of lay on hands into the Duergar to wake him up.
He wakes up and looks at you. Did you ungag him?
Yes, but he is
Giggity.
completely tied up as best as I could.
Okay. Let me double check if he's got spells. I don't think so, but no. Okay. He is seeing the visage of Nana.
No, he's positioned away. He hasn't. I made sure that he wouldn't
Okay.
see Nana yet. He would just see my face.
He looks at you, spits, and like swears at you in Dwarvish.
Do you speak common?
Da.
It's Russian.
Yes.
Do I know that to be yet?
I was just doing it for effect. Yes.
Okay.
I wipe the spit. Hi, I'm Caliban. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm gonna give you a very simple option here, my friend. Option A, you tell me everything I want to know. Option B, she makes you tell me everything I want to know. And then I turn his head so he sees Grandma for the first time.
Okay. Roll an intimidation check with advantage because of grammar.
I sees, I think.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, I have a +6. 17. Okay, one was a 2, but the other was a 17, so 23.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, "What do you want to know?"
Why are you taking people's things? First of all, that's my first question.
Just cause looking for useful stuff.
Do I believe him?
Yeah. It's not really our main purpose.
What is your main purpose?
We're here on behalf of Nildar. Nildar Sunblight commands this outpost. We are looking for Shardlin.
What do you want to do with the Shardlin?
His father, the leader of our clan, Zardorok. He is.
Tell you what, stop you right there for a second. Guys, come in here.
Carry him in. Oh, God.
Right this
We
down.
know
I
him.
gotta concentrate on being scary. Okay.
Our leader, our king, Zardorok, is obsessed with Shardlin and is forging a dragon out of it.
Okay. What does he aim to do with this dragon? I assume take over Icewind Dale. Am I right?
He looks at you maliciously and smiles as destroy it.
Okay, slightly more ambitious than I gave you credit for. Kudos.
I just want to take a minute to acknowledge the first presence of dragons. This whole game started. Okay,
Okay, so the name he just
I'm
DM
up and
question.
call this shit.
The name he said originally is the name of the Duergar King.
No, the first guy is his direct commander. Nildar is his kind of like line manager.
Okay.
Whereas the region leader is Zardorok.
Call it.
Wow.
I flick him on the forehead and I say, "Your people don't have the magical smarts to pull something like this off. Who are you working with?"
I don't know, I just hit things and dig things.
Do I believe things to him?
I roll for insight.
I was gonna say, can I also do an insight check?
Yeah,
Sure.
me too.
Insight. 17.
17, okay.
15 for moi.
He's not lying per se. So both Akeem and Caliban, but you can tell that maybe there's a bit more. Like maybe he knows a little bit more, but you know he's not necessarily lying. It's not like
He's just holding back some knowledge.
I sense you're holding back something from me. Perhaps you'd feel more comfortable talking to my nan. And I start to turn him.
What, to me?
Roll another intimidation check with advantage.
What, me or?
No, Caliban. You can help if you like.
20.
Natural
I'd
20.
like to.
For a total of 26.
He's like, all right.
23. Oh, shit.
Yeah. He says, yeah.
Yeah, I second
So
that.
he just starts blurting things out. He says, I don't know. Zardorok says that Deep Duergar speaks to him, but we have no other outside help. Deep Duergar.
Deep Duergar.
Yeah.
It's the Akeem the Intimidator that you're missing.
So, Deep Duergar. Bill, Durbrick, roll a history check. And anyone else, both Akeem, Caliban, and Zuxa can roll a religion check. I don't think Rover would know this.
Durbrick has noticed that he's got a rock stuck in the tread of his boot, and he's getting that up.
Natural 19.
12.
Got an 11.
Modified 20.
Okay, and sorry, Mary, what was yours?
Mine was 12.
Okay, and Akeem?
11.
11. Okay, so Caliban, I mean, Zuxa and Akeem have heard of this Deep Duergar, and it's a god. It's the god of kind of mental powers, psionics, and that the Duergar worship. Caliban, you know a bit more. You know your background in kind of following who are sort of. You've heard of the kind of bad gods, evil gods. You know that this is a very strange sort of god of conquest and expansion. That there are kind of basically only the Duergar follow. But it's also kind of related to some otherworldly creatures from beyond the stars.
Okay.
That's what you remember. Like the priest that basically initiated you into following your god as a paladin, that taught you religion, gave you that much information about that one.
Where are your people based? As in, where is this larger operation happening?
There's a fortress. It's in the mountains. It's hidden.
Do I have a map?
Someone asked if he would. Although if it's me, it's currently part of my skin as a wolf. I would have absorbed all my belongings.
I'm gonna say. Well, he doesn't know where it is. He hasn't been there yet. So I couldn't tell you. I'm working my way up. I've not been privy to that level of information.
When do the higher ups come to check in on this place?
They don't. It's Nildar is the highest up. You would have. I don't know if you met him. He's in the other room. His study is in the northern side.
He's made of beef jerky at this point.
And he looks kind of really upset and kind of dismayed at this. And he kind of stops speaking.
Right. Anything else we want to ask him?
How many people are usually stationed at this outpost?
There's 5 of us.
Is that the number that is usually here to defend this?
Yeah,
outpost?
we're a small, basically a terrorist cell, like a small group looking for Chardolin. Other than us, there is just Nildar's brother, Dirth. He's got his own operation in somewhere else.
Do you know where that is located?
Mm-hmm.
We know that from the letter, just to save some time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't, because that base of operations had not been established yet.
Very well.
The letter was a new piece of information.
Have
All I know is that we were told to stay here, close to 10 towns, so that after. Sorry. so that after 10 towns is destroyed, we could run raids against the Dwarven Valley.
When you eventually find the Shardolin, what were you asked to do? What was the next part of the plan?
I just bring it back. The higher ups infuse it with magic, but it's used to, like I said, Zardorok is forging a dragon out of it.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that's right.
It's special material. He looks at you and trying hands behind his back, but he's like speaking. It holds magic. It is easy to manipulate. It can be made to create into tools of great power.
And Zalrok, is he a wizard? Is he able to make a dragon out of this? Who would be able to make one?
He's very powerful, has access to many magics.
Okay, so he is capable of making a dragon out of.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen your people colluding with any not of your race?
We try to stay out of other. Looks at all of you like with disgust. People's business.
I'm trying to think of what else to ask.
So now we have another lot of quests that is not related to any other thing we are trying to do.
We don't
Our
we
to-do
don't
list is
have
getting
to
very
accept the
long.
quest.
Some of them may or may not be tied to each other. You know.
No.
we have
It's
to
one of those
accept
things, you play Skyrim and you're like, I'm just going to pick one quest line, I'm just going to focus on the main quest line and get that done, and then I'm going to do all the side quests. And it constantly spends the main quest line like taking you to all the capital cities and giving you more quests, and you're like, no, but I'm here and it's convenient and I have to do it now because I'm here, but
See, sometimes you just gotta go on a quest to see where the quest leads you, and then before you know it, there's another quest that you gotta go on to. And
Quest is like a box of chocolates.
So, guys, I'm happy to. I mean, you've successfully interrogated the Duergar and explored the entirety of the dungeon. I'm happy to guide you guys back to return the items, or we can call it a day for today. It's up to you.
I think I would just say let's load up all of the equipment, armor, shields, everything we can onto that sled.
Yeah.
And
Let's
then
just say that we've loaded up the sleds. Go back, and I assume Caliban would finish this last.
I turn to the Duergar and say, "There's no shame in what you've done. I will make it quick." And I position him still tied, so I would put up some sacks, so he's sort of in the executioner's position, tied behind his back, neck out.
Holy shit, man! You're gonna execute him.
I will.
Okay.
And I stand over him and I say, "By the power vested in me by the laws of this land, I have weighed your actions and found your heart wanting. In the name of the Lord of Retribution, I sentence you to die." And I will, as cleanly, as quickly, and as painlessly as possible, decapitate him.
Okay.
Did
The
you
head rolls
just
over
take-
onto the floor.
Did you just take the thing that most priests say at weddings? Execute someone? That's kind of up, man. I mean, oh damn. Okay.
That is his
Caliban.
religion. Don't judge him for his religion.
I'm not. Hey, this is what Caliban does. I'm not judging. I'm just shocked. I'm not. This is not a thing that I'm.
You're like, don't judge him for his religion, and then this all comes down, and then just the streak of blood just goes across. It's just like, okay.
Cool.
One of our fans watching just posted grim.
I don't
To
blame
that fan-
you. I don't blame you.
To that fan, I would
You know
say,
what?
would you rather it have been me or Nana?
Well, to that fan, I would say come back because there's a lot more of this with Caliban involved.
I thought I
Who
was
knows,
pretty
one of us?
merciful, all things considered.
No, sure, it fits.
I mean,
It fits the character, I guess.
It does,
So
I think. So we're all just like,
I mean,
It's very Caliban.
even as a player, I would have just I would have just done a create bonfire under him to do that one point of damage. So that's much more horrific.
Oh yeah, burning alive. That's much more merciful than.
Good God.
Whoa,
Good God.
No.
Let's not pick on this guy here. But...
Oh no, I was picking on Rover with his set up bonfire under the Duergar's feet.
Oh, I thought
Calm
this was
down.
a reference to the burning from the legs up to the. Oh god. Anyway, let's move on.
Calm down, Mr. Salem.
It's a bad day. It's bad time.
So I think if we just confirm we can link the cargo sled behind the other
Yes.
sled and drag all of that stuff back
Yeah.
and
We
get
don't
back to
need to
town, and
link-
I think we can pick up there next time.
All right.
We've got 2 teams of
You also have
just load
goats, potentially, if you want to bring them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can we grab some?
Oh yeah.
I
I'm
also-
disappointed they
the
weren't
goats.
trained sled goats, though. That would have been.
I mean, assume that I would talk to them, get to know that they're both their names are, Billy and Bucky, and and
Hey, tell them I'll feed them their former captors if they
Right.
pull
It's
sled.
I just also-
Herbert and Wilhelm, the goats.
Okay,
Everyone
Russian
on the way
names.
just to sell them, like for
That's
food
all.
or whatever.
we have 5 scale mails. 1 nice, expensive scale mail. How many shields, including the ones from the Duergar?
Oh my God. All right.
How about we
3
just-
shields from the Duergar.
And there's.
I wrote down the ones.
Where's the armory?
I was just going to say, Dre can always send us this before the session
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 2 other steel shields.
So 5. So 4 steel shield because I'm taking 1.
Okay. 3
But you
war
sell your
picks, 9 javelins, 2 climbers kits, and 4 mess kits.
So 6 war picks because they're the ones we looted off the bodies. 9 javelins. 2 climbers kits.
And a partridge and a pear.
And how many mess kits? Sorry,
Huh?
mess kits.
Mess kits are. Where's it gone? 4 mess kits.
4 mess kits. Okay, cool. I've got that listed down, and then we'll try to pawn that off.
Cool.
Easy.
Excellent.
Nice. Good haul. Good haul.
Are you guys gonna
Works for me.
keep going towards Kelvin's Cairn to find the other sled?
Huh?
How far are we from the other sled?
Oh, yeah.
You're probably another half hour
Yeah,
of.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds fine.
So you join back up with Jarthra? I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jarthra.
Yeah.
And he's like, goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Is that the stuff that's been missing?
Some of it is.
What happened? Who's been taking
I
it?
just kind of just
Is
pat
that
him
blood
on the
all over you?
shoulder. I just pat him on the shoulder and go, "Dead dog did things."
We have to save this story for the way home.
Oh, all right. Are we still going somewhere?
Yes. We are,
Okay,
we are.
okay. Lead the way. Lead the way. So you guys head over to Kelvin's Cairn. Roll a survival check, all of you.
Oh, natural 16.
Dirty 20.
17 total.
It's going to be a 18.
9.
9. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
10.
it's a group check, so you have to pass it as a group. If more than 50% of you fail, something happens. But if more, otherwise, no. So, and Jathra rolls with you because he's a talented tracker and helps you raise your average. So you guys do not encounter anything else on the way.
That's right.
Because I am.
Right.
Yes.
You find
I
you
got
find
shit.
again the 2 tents pitched in the snow near the icy outcropping with the sled turned this time the right way up next to it.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I would have made Grandma cover up again before we
So we'll load up any valuables at the base camp, and then try and hook this sled up behind the other one. So the idea is that we'll be coming back with 4 sleds.
Cool.
3. Oh, 4 sleds. Yeah, we've got the other one from the other place.
One on each. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So,
sorry.
You're
So sorry
quite
about that.
quite heavily laden down now, so it takes you about twice as long to get back home. It's quite late at night by the time you reach the Northern Light Inn. Are you going to the Northern Light Inn? Are you going to stop at the Frozen Far Expeditions? What do you want to do?
Let's get the
stop
sleds
at
back before
somewhere.
we have to.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say get the sleds back before we have to
I
pay
think
for
we
another
should just
day.
stop at that.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, we'll get back to town and stop there, and we'll start up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does that work for everyone? that's a good
Looks
starting
me.
point, because then Drake can send us a list of all the gear. We can decide what we want to do with it.
Plus, I need to take a rest because I've used quite a bit of magic.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. So you guys drop off the sleds at the Frozen Far Expeditions, and you hand push the other two with all the other stuff that you've accumulated to the Northern Light Inn, and you make your way in. On your way in, you once again meet Trovis, the town speaker, who's now is already considerably inebriated.
How does he react to me looking dour, covered in Duergar blood? Just like,
I mean, his eyes aren't really that focused, so you're fine for now. He's kind of just looking at his new friends, going, "Hello, nice to see you again. Come in for a drink. I'm just stopping to say hello to the sister."
we got your stuff back. We just bonk it on the table.
Oh, and Ali runs up. Oh my goodness! Did you find our lantern?
Yes, bonk.
Oh, and she kind of runs up to you and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and then like notices that you're quite filthy and like smelly and like, well, thank you very much. And like she grabs the
I had
lantern.
to kill a lot of Duergar for this.
Duergar? What is a Duergar? Like I've heard of these. Is like a dwarf?
Underdark dwarves, evil assholes.
Oh, so it was dwarfs, Trovis. I told you so. But how did they get into town without being seen?
They have
So
the
you know-
ability to
sorry.
conceal themselves with magic.
Yeah.
They can become invisible.
Sneaky
Yes.
little bastards.
That's most troubling. Most troubling.
You know how there are light elves and dark elves.
It's sure. We have a very famous dark elf in these parts.
Yes. So there dwarves have same thing. There are darker dwarves and lighter dwarves. Only they're not. So only the difference is not so obvious. Dark ones can go invisible.
I love how it sounds like a racial thing. Ben's like smirking there in the
darker dwarfs, and I'm like, what?
But
Can you just clarify that for a second?
it's ironic because it's the
some.
light dwarves, it's the lighter dwarves that actually have the darker skin.
I don't know. It's it's weird. It's more like blue. It's more like bluish skin, but yeah.
What you got against blue skin, monkey?
Yeah. Well, did you take you got everything back, and like you guys do you hand over the sack with the pearls and everything?
Yes, I mean I do.
Okay.
Except, I mean, yeah, if the potion's part of that, then I'd like to hang on to
We should
that,
keep the healing potion. Yeah.
Cool.
and we'll
Okay.
discuss that. If
I
thought that was
will
gonna happen.
double check. In the book, I'll just try to make sure I fully understand because the sentence is convoluted.
Well, she would know as well what
Okay.
belongs and what
So-
doesn't. So yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up here for today. So everyone's cool with it, and we can continue
good.
back next week with what you guys decide to do next, with some of the new knowledge you found out, and all the other quests you guys got lying open. All right.
And the completion.
Thank you very much for.
I need to go to all the towns and help everybody.
Thank you
Well, she-
to everybody watching live. We appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. It's Tifa Tech commenting there. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.